we're back. Kumusta naman po ang lahat? Did everybody have a great lunch? How's everyone doing? Do we still have the energy to cheer on for our next batch? Now that is the energy that we gotta be sustaining for the rest of the competition today, because we have just gotten started. I mean, earlier today, we have seen the first batch of delegates, and they're also competitive. They're also eloquent. Am I right? Do we all agree on it? We have a very competitive and very eloquent set of candidates for the Miss Earth 2024 season. And now, to the rest of you here in this auditorium, I've only got one question for you all. Do you want to see more ladies? Do you want to hear more of their advocacies as they promote their causes? I know we all want to do that, right? And ako din, I also want to get to know more of the ladies today. But before we do that, I want to greet you all, syempre, isang makakalikasang araw po sa ating lahat, sa ating mga estudyante ng UE Manila, sa ating mga professors, of course, to all our judges here today, to the ladies. Thank you all so much for allotting your time today to be with us in the preliminary judging of the intelligence round. And ultimately, since I'm already expressing my deepest gratitude to every single one of you here, might as well take this moment to, also thank our patrons, our donors, and our sponsors for making the Miss Earth 2024 season possible and extra spectacular. So I actually have here in my hand the list of our patrons for this year, starting off with San Miguel Corporation, Office of Senator Lauren Legarda, Bingo Plus, Bingo sa Saya, Plus sa Panalo. Eventista, exclusive partner and the official voting portal of Miss Earth 2024. PAGCOR, Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, laging handang tumugon kung saan at kailan may pangangailangan, PAGCOR ay maaasahan ng sambayanan. PCSO, Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, hindi umuurong sa pagtulong. We also have here Diamond Hotel Manila, the official residence. Gandang Rica Reyes Chain of Salons, the official makeup artist and hairstylist. We also have here Viking Rent-A-Car Services, our official bus transport. Pacific Blue Transport Services, official airport transfer. We have here City State Tower Hotel Manila, our official residence. Coco Life, the freedom to live your life, and the official insurance provider. And of course, we have here Double Dragon Corporation and the UE Theater as our venue for today's event. Now again, maraming salamat po muli sa aming mga sponsors for making Miss Earth 2024 season possible and really extra marvelous and spectacular. Okay, now UE Manila, are we all ready to meet the second batch of delegates? All right, and now since we are all ready, the pre-judging continues, and starting off with Miss Belize. Now, before we proceed with Miss Belize, may I kindly request everyone to please like and follow our Miss Earth page, because this will truly help awareness. This will truly help raise awareness on protecting our environment.
Mabuhay, Philippines! This is Morgan Miles representing the beautiful country of Belize. My advocacy is sustainability and conservation. In Belize, I am a passionate pastured poultry farmer. I supply hotels, restaurants, and health food stores with clean, packaged whole chickens. I am also an avid fly fisherwoman, where I stand for conservation in the fly fishing industry in Belize.
Good morning, Miss Belize. I
Good
am
morning.
Desara from College of Arts and Sciences. My question for you this afternoon is, what role does access to education play in addressing global environmental challenges? Thank you.
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
What role does access to education play in addressing global environmental challenges?
I believe that education is the foremost, most important thing that a child needs, not only a child, but a person in general. Having access to education, you are able to understand more about what is going on in the world, in the environment on a whole. And so I believe that everyone should have access to it if you are blessed to, and even if there is, for example, different schools or different things that are available for you to take part in, I feel as though you should, so that you are more educated and versed in different environmental things that are happening around the world. Thank you.
Yeah, hi Morgan.
Hello.
Nice to have you here, and great to hear that you're a businesswoman. How do you implement sustainability practices in your own business?
So in my own business, for example, I am huge on sustainability and sustainable farming. So for me, we try and minimize the amount of water usage that we use. For example, instead of having open faucets running 24/7, we try and conserve water by maybe filling up a bucket and using that, or especially when we're dealing with like waste and so on, we're making sure that we're not putting plastic back into the environment, that we're disposing of things properly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your answer, Miss Belize. Now, may I call on stage Miss Canada.
Hello everyone, Mabuhay. My name is Alina Singh. I'm proudly representing Canada. I'm 25 years old and I'm an accountant by profession, also pursuing my Chartered Professional Accounting designation. My advocacy is where creativity meets climate. It's Art for Earth, where we take paintings and artwork and we sell it with proceeds going to charities that fight against deforestation and the climate change. I truly believe art transcends our boundaries and our language barrier, and if we can use something, we can use art to spread more awareness about climate change. Thank you.
Hi, Miss Canada.
Hello.
I am Mark Francisco from College of Arts and Sciences. So here's my question. What is the most significant environmental challenge facing your country today?
One thing I've noticed is the amount of wildfires that Canada has faced. I truly believe climate change is everywhere and in different forms. Like we've seen the typhoons and droughts in Philippines, wildfires is a huge issue in Canada and it's been burning rapidly. And it's so sad to see how much it's gone through in terms of forests and hectares already. So I truly believe it is a significant issue in Canada at the moment, and it really draws all of our attentions, including our politicians and our students and pretty much everyone in every age group, to think about that, yes, climate change is real and it's here.
Hi, Miss Canada.
Hello.
All right, you mentioned about art. How would you paint a picture of showing a 5-year-old kid what climate change is?
Wonderful question. We have kids as young as 10, but if it was a 5-year-old child and I had to explain climate change, I think I would use something as simple as just drawing the planet. I think when we think about our Earth and when we think about climate change, it doesn't have to be always as brutal. It could be as easy as just drawing trees, water, and it would be as simple to understand that everything is currently at danger. And although for a 5-year-old I would not want to get into statistics, one thing they can understand is how beautiful our waters are and how beautiful our nature is.
Very well said, Miss Canada. Now it's your turn, Miss England.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Brooke Nicholas Smith. I'm 26 years old, and I'm very proudly representing the land of hope and glory, England. I work as a neonatal intensive care nurse, and that is where my advocacy stems from. It's about raising awareness of the effects that climate change is having on women and children's health. I unfortunately have seen the death of infants and the way that families have to grieve that loss. And this has pushed me to become an advocate and to use my voice and my platform to speak about environmental awareness so that other families do not have to face this harrowing reality. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss England. My question for you would be, what's your strategy for staying motivated and committed to your environmental goals in long term?
Thank you so much for your question. I understand that it can be really hard to stay motivated, but environmental awareness has been a passion of mine since a young age, and being able to share that with others keeps me motivated to be able to educate and share awareness on what we can do and to look forward to the future. To create a greener and safer planet for everyone keeps me motivated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Miss England. I'll ask about you being a NICU nurse. What is one thing that people don't understand about mothers?
I think there's a big misconception when it comes to being a mother. I truly believe it's one of the hardest jobs in the world, especially when the mothers are in the situation where I'm caring for their baby. When you're thinking about becoming a parent, you don't think about the start of your child's life, them being in pain and them being born so vulnerable. And that's why I think it's so important what I do to raise awareness about this, so that other mothers don't feel alone, so that they know that there's thousands of other families going through what they're going through, so that I can raise awareness and that babies don't have to suffer, because if we can fight climate change, 60% of premature births are caused by climate change and extreme weather conditions. So if we can fight climate change and speak about environmental awareness, then mothers no longer have to suffer and they no longer have to go through the difficulties of having a baby in the NICU. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inspiring us, Miss England. Now it's your time to inspire us, Miss Kenya.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Faith Wanyama, representing the bustling and the vibrant Kenya. I'm 23 years old, a student from Kenyatta University, pursuing a bachelor's degree in human resource management. My advocacy is called Sustainable Poverty Alleviation, which aims at alleviating poverty at a grassroots level. Here we collect gently used shoes and clothing and donate them to families. By this, we are trying to promote the reuse and the reduce pillar. This is driven by our Kenyan heritage called Harambee, which means pulling together in Swahili. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Miss Kenya.
Good afternoon.
I am Aranella, a first-year BS Psychology student. So my question is, what environmental issue do you think needs the most attention, and what corresponding eco-friendly practice or practices you will engage people to do?
Thank you so much for that beautiful question. I think the most pressing environmental issue right now is climate change. And I will use my platform, my advocacy, which is based on recycling and upcycling and reuse, to reduce the need for more resources. With this, we're trying to reduce the impact on the environment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, Miss Kenya.
Good afternoon.
I just had this question. How would you motivate or inspire people living in poverty to take care of their environment?
Thank Thank you so much. That's a very wonderful question. I think I can do this by creating awareness through workshops and webinars. I can promote education on importance of living sustainably, practicing sustainable practices like shifting towards renewable energy. And with this, I'm able to inspire people again to adopt to the 5 R's of the earth. We have the reuse, reduce, recycle, rethink, and respect. I think by that, I'll be able to motivate them the more. Thank you.
Wonderful answers, Miss Kenya. Now it's your turn, Miss Korea.
Hello, this is Hobin Roo, your 2024 Miss Earth Korea. I'm a student and actress in Korea, and my advocacy is for us to protect our blue ocean. Our ocean takes a huge role in our environment by being the main source of food, oxygen, and regulates our climate. Yet, we forget the importance of this, and we pollute and harm our ocean, which disturbs the ocean from doing its role. I hope to raise awareness for our ocean and for us to work together to protect our blue ocean. Thank you.
All right. Good day, Miss Korea. I hope you're doing well.
Yes, thank you.
All right. I am Rainier Angelo Zubia from the College of Arts and Sciences. I'm a third year of BS Psychology, and I have this question for you. Now, there has been research regarding a lot of environmental issues causing a lot of harm to psychological well-being. So I would like to ask, what do you think is the most aversive effect of these environmental issues to the psychological well-being of the people?
I believe that because our environment is getting harmed every day, I believe that would sort of affect the well-being of us as humans. And because of this, one thing I learned in psychology is that people like to feel belonged to a certain group, which is why, with my psychology knowledge, I would like to make an environmental group that allows people to feel belonged. And people, because in psychology we also learn that people like to feel rewarded for the good actions they do. Through this group that allows them to feel belonged, I want to work for a good cause together and allow us to, 1, work for a good cause for environmentally, and 2, for us to feel rewarded and feel good about our well-being. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Earth Korea. I love your focus on the blue ocean.
Thank you.
What can the oceans help us in terms of biodiversity and climate change as well? Any other tips from your side there, how the oceans can help?
So I think in order to answer this question, we should go behind the scientific background of how it works. So the climate change is regulated because climate change is obviously affected through carbon dioxide, but the sea life, the seagrasses, and the coral reefs absorb the carbon dioxide, which is why it regulates our climate change. But if we keep polluting through chemical pollution, oil spills, or plastic pollution, these would affect those life that are regulating our climate change, and this would worsen our climate change. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing with us your environmental knowledge, Miss Korea. Now it's your turn, Miss New Zealand.
Kia ora, mabuhay. I am Angela Marie Rosen, and I am your representative from Aotearoa, New Zealand. A little bit about me is I work in retail and I'm assistant manager at a pet store. And I absolutely love dealing with our little fur babies every day. But my advocacies would be making sure that our waterways are clean and they're fresh, because our water on Earth is so precious. Only 1% of all water on Earth is available for human consumption, yet I believe that we as a society use it like it is an unlimited resource. And my second advocacy would be plastic pollution, as it really does threaten the balance of our waterways and also our ecosystems and natural habitats. Thank you.
Good day, my name is Xavier Estrada from the College of Arts and Sciences. My question for you is, how do you think beauty pageants like this, like Miss Earth, can promote social responsibility and environmental awareness? Thank you.
Thank you for that question. I think beauty pageants have a unique way of changing people's perspectives. I know way back in the day, beauty pageants used to be about getting dressed up and putting makeup on, but you know, Miss Earth has the beauties for a cause. I think we have a very special platform that we can not only educate and inspire our next generation, but we can also inspire our adults and our politicians to really push for the changes that we are passionate about. And as someone who is passionate about our environment, I really do love using my pageantry platform to spread my message to the world. Thank you.
Hi, Miss New Zealand. For you, what is the most important aspect of a Miss Earth winner?
Thank you. For me, I think having a true passion for the environment is definitely key. I mean, I've always stuck by the saying, a crown is a part of the uniform for someone who is dedicated to making the world not only a better, but a more sustainable place. So I think our next Miss Earth needs to really embody that. They need to embody that this world is ours and we only have one of it. They need to embody change. They need to empower people, and they really need to be pushing for their advocacies. It is one thing to say something, but it is another thing to actually go out into your communities and actually make these changes.
A true advocacy-driven queen, Miss New Zealand.
Thank
now,
you very much.
give it up for Miss Nigeria.
Good afternoon, everyone. Maboha, University of the East. My name is Chantal Ezomo. I'm a biochemist, an entrepreneur, a model, and an environmental advocate. Children will say have young minds and are naive, but I believe they are the ones who have great influence on us, and they are the ones who dream big. And that's why my advocacy is environmental education, to integrate environmental education into the school curriculum. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Nigeria. I'm Grace from the College of Business Administration, and here's your question. Where do you see the future of environmentalism in 10 years? And what role do you see yourself playing in it?
Thank you very much for that question. I'm already playing a role by being here today to influence environmental education into the school curriculum, to inoculate the awareness, the responsibility, the attitude to approach our Mother Earth. So I definitely see if everyone implements these attributes, our Mother Earth will grow to a better, sustainable planet. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Nigeria.
Hi, ma'am.
You spoke about working with children.
Yes.
What would you tell a child who tells an adult, but I see you doing it. Why can't I do it?
Thank you very much for that question. That question depends on what influence you're doing. But I believe you have to have a positive influence. So if you're doing a positive thing and a child wants to do it, please encourage it. And encourage it with love and care. And just be genuine about your actions, because to inoculate a good trait in a child is very positive about us and about improving our environment. Then if it's a negative thing, please, we have to be cautious and learn. We have to know we don't want to teach these young children to do negative things that will affect our environment and affect us being human beings. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nigeria. Now it's your turn, Miss Norway.
is Elena, and I'm an 18 years old student. And I'm here proudly representing my beautiful country, Norway. I am honored to be here not just as a beauty queen, but as a passionate for the environment. My advocacy lies in the fashion industry, but I want to introduce eco-friendly materials to the fashion industry, which start with what we wear. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Norway. I am Tamara from College of Business Administration. I will be delivering your question for today. Your question is, what's your advice to young people struggling with social media pressure? Thank you.
My advice for people struggling with social media pressure is to be yourself, because in the end of the day, you only have yourself, and I want everybody to look in the mirror and be proud to be who they are, because you are one of a kind. Even you are not the slimmest, you're not the tallest. We are not perfect, but we are ourselves, and that's what matters. Thank you.
Hello, Miss Norway. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
May I hear your insight about artificial intelligence being used to preserve our environment? Are you in favor? Why?
Sorry, can you ask that again?
Are you in favor of the use of artificial intelligence in preserving our environment? AI,
Oh, okay.
ChatGPT, artificial intelligence.
I think it's a challenge when it comes to school, because we don't see how educated our children are. And for the environment, it goes out on our education, because it is help, but it's also like a challenge. And yes, thank you.
Thank you for sharing with us your insight, Miss Norway. And now it's your turn, Miss Serbia.
Hello everyone, my name is Victoria. I have 20 years old and I representing my beautiful country, Serbia. I'm a student, model. I training athletics more than 10 years. I'm a fashion designer. I have my own brand. Yesterday in a recycled dress I wear my own design, and I'm a proof that you can be at the same time the fashion icon and protecting our planet. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Serbia. I am Dalia Benito from College of Business Administration. My question for you is, how can we encourage more young people to get involved in environmental activism and make it a part of their daily lives?
Thank you for your question. My advocacy is to promote more sport. Because sport, it's not only good for our body, it's good for our mental health. Because if we have confidence and if we know who we are and if we stay in the mirror and we are happy, we are the winner. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Earth, Serbia.
Hello.
Nice to hear that you are into fashion and designing things yourself. What recommendations do you have for us on eco-friendly materials for fashion?
To be truly, my first advocacy is sport, because if we do on our mental health, not for our body, it's confident. And my other, it's fashion, because I think if you have your own style and if you know yourself, you're already winner, because if you know who you are, nobody cares what they talk or what they think. You know who you are, you wear what you are, and that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Serbia. Now, help me welcome Miss South Africa.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jessica Nell. I am 25 years old and I am a social media manager with a BA degree in graphic design. I am passionate about advocating for animal welfare through working with a non-profit organization where we help rehabilitate and rehome animals out of our rural areas. As well as I'm passionate about my sustainable fashion brand, Petal & Posy, where we rent out pre-made and pre-loved evening dresses. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Milka from the College of Education. Your question is, what's your strategy for staying motivated and committed to your environmental goals in the long term?
Thank you for your question. So the way I stay motivated and the strategies that I use is always to think about the planet going forward. I have 3 goddaughters at home, and I know that we are trying to preserve the planet for the next generation. The generation sitting here, the generation going forward, you guys are my motivation to keep going. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss South Africa. You mentioned about 2 advocacies about animals and also about sustainable fashion. If you would only choose one, what would you prioritize for now?
That's such a difficult question because my heart is in 2 places at once, but I would definitely try and advocate more for sustainable fashion because we know what's happening in the world with fast fashion at the moment. So with my brand, Petal & Posy, we try and get pre-loved matric dance dresses, which you guys would call your prom dresses, and either give it a different look for someone to be able to wear it to their next event, or try and give a dress a new look by remaking it. And I think that is so important going forward. But with animal welfare in South Africa and the animals on the street walking around at the moment, my heart breaks for them. And I see it wherever I go, and I would try and help whoever I can and wherever I can. Thank you.
Very well said, Miss South Africa. Now it's your turn, Miss Sri Lanka.
Hello everyone, my name is Hassani Kavya and I'm from the beautiful island of Sri Lanka. My advocacy is protecting wild elephants. Because of the wild elephants, as human beings, we have so many problems. As the same, for human beings, we have so many problems because of the wild elephants. In my country, I already taken actions for this problem. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Rihanna from the College of Education. Your question is, what's one specific skill or knowledge you are developing to better equip yourself for your environmental goals? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. My environmental skills is doing so good sports and doing good exercise for our bodies and been studying about the environmental knowledge so that we can improve our knowledge about in the world and the environment as well. Thank you.
Hi, Miss Sri Lanka. Can you
Hello.
clarify for us your advocacy? What was it again?
My advocacy is protecting wild elephants in Sri Lanka.
Valerie Perns?
Wild elephants in
What
my
are those?
country. Sorry?
Can you tell us more about that?
Wild elephants. In my country, there is so many wild elephants in my country. My country is Sri Lanka. So in some of the province, there is so many problems because of the wild elephants. So because of the wild elephants, we have so many problems in my country. Some human beings are died And the same for the wild elephants also dying because of the human beings' acts. So that will be my advocacy. I will work. I will work for that. That is my advocacy, protecting wild elephants, and as the same for the human beings. Yes.
You know, I've just gotten more curious. Can you spell it out for us?
I mean, in my country.
No, the Valerie Perns, Wild River. What is it? What's that word?
Protecting wild elephants.
Wild elephants?
Yes.
Okay, wild elephants. All right, perfect. Now that we're talking about wild elephants, what do they symbolize for your country?
In my country, it is the most important symbolize because we have in temples we worship for the elephants. It's a very big symbolize in our country because we have lots a big tourist attraction. Lot of tourists are coming to our country to see the wild elephants and yes. So that is my advocacy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Sri Lanka. And now we welcome Miss Belgium.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Victoire Raska. I'm an economist, a model, and a figure skater from the capital of Europe, Brussels. I'm a financial literacy advocate, and I'm also teaching people about sustainable practices that they can implement in their daily lives. I aim to create the next generation of change makers, and being Miss Earth would allow me to do just that.
Good afternoon, Miss. My name is Charisse Grace, and I'm from GAS 12 1P. So my question is, how would you encourage the youth to tackle or start learning financial literacy?
Right. That's exactly what I'm doing, because financial literacy is a skill that will pay you for life. And I do share about it online, because online is where I need to be if I want to reach people in places where my travels wouldn't bring me. And it's really something that you can learn, it's something that you can develop, and it's something that can be fun. I love sharing financial literacy videos on Instagram, and it's just a way to touch people and to have them understand what it is.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Miss Belgium. Good afternoon.
Hi.
I'm here.
Right.
Good afternoon. How's your stay here in the Philippines?
I love it so much. I can't get enough of halo halo.
All right. Miss Belgium, if you could travel back in time, what environmental advice would you give to your younger self?
I would tell her, take more public transport. Public transport is really the way for everyone to become more sustainable in their daily lives. And it requires a lifestyle change. It's not easy at first. It has to be safe, it has to be on time. But as an economist, I want to talk to governments in Belgium and give more advice on how to promote it to the youth. So I would tell my younger self, dear Ellie, go to your figure skating practice in the bus, because it will really change the planet for tomorrow.
Thank you for your advice, Miss Belgium. And now it's your turn.
Thank you.
Miss Cambodia.
Hello everyone, Mabuhay Philippines! I am Pia Darota. I'm currently 22 years old. I am majoring in food and science technology, and my advocacy is to spread awareness about climate change and to reducing plastic as well. and I want to use my voice to make a positive impact on our environmental issues. And I want to make a different change for tomorrow. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Phoebe from STEM 126P. So my question for you is, aside from climate change, what is the biggest threat to our Mother Earth?
I believe the biggest threat for our Earth is like the weather, the pattern of the weather is changing. Example, like the raining started to get less and less, and the weather is like to getting hotter and hotter. So it's a big concern about our environment. So we, as the community, collectively, we should start from now rather than wait. So I want everyone to come together with me to protect our planet from today and to make the future better.
All right, thank you so much.
Hi, Miss Earth Cambodia. I love your advocacy of climate change. What is the one thing that you practice regularly that you would as well recommend all of us here to put into practice to do something against climate change?
My daily life is I love planting tree. I love taking care of my plants. I love animal, and I love my indoor plants as well. And I also want to promote the idea of taking public transportations because it really helped our environment, to cure our environment, because by taking public transportations, we can help cut down the carbon dioxide that was released by our personal transportations. Yes.
Thank you so much, Miss Cambodia. Now let us all warmly welcome Miss Colombia.
Magandang hapon sa iyo lahat. I am Maria Alejandra Camargo, and I represent the third more biodiverse country of the world, Colombia. I'm so happy to be here with you, sharing my roots. I'm an architect. I finished my studies 3 years ago, and now I'm an independent worker, researching for sustainable designs of spaces. So also now I have this special sash that means for me a very big challenge and also embrace with our roots as Colombians, but also our natural embrace. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Colombia. I am Elkie Malyaras from UMS 121P. My question is, how will you explain the importance of sustainable practices and encourage environmental responsibility to a 5-year-old kid?
Okay, thank you for your question. It's important that since we are very young, we understand the importance of the sustainability because we are constructing, all of us, but especially the smaller one, the future. So I will ask him to think about the future he wants. Yeah, to close your eyes. I invite all you to close your eyes and think of that future you want for yourself. I think that that future is green for all, is full of happiness, is full of opportunities. So sustainability is the possibility and the tool we have to assure this future for all generations. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Miss Colombia.
Hi, Karen.
How would you integrate sustainability in architecture?
Okay, thank you. I love this question because since I was studying, I was so embraced in these topics. I started in investigation set, researching for bioclimatic strategies. You know, since architecture, there are many strategies we could implement, but bioclimatic is one of them. And I love this topic. So this is a way that not only provides comfortable spaces for people in terms of temperature and humidity and illuminations, but also provides strategies to create buildings more sustainable because the impact of the energy use is less when you don't need too much air conditioning and too much lights. So that's one of the ways you could use architecture to implement sustainability. Thank you.
Very well said, Miss Colombia. Now let us all warmly welcome Miss Costa Rica.
Thank you.
Mabuhay, Philippines! I am your Miss Earth, Costa Rica, and it's an honor to me be here the first time in Philippines. Today I am wearing this colored suit because I have a foundation for Malays in Costa Rica. So as an economist and university professor, my advocacy is to help women entrepreneurial by creating sustainable projects and promoting responsible consumption among younger generations. So that is my advocacy. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Miss Costa Rica. I am Zuleika Galmaneja from UMS 121P, and my question for you is, how would you explain the beauty of the world to a visually impaired person?
Oh, thank you so much for this question. So, I raised in a small town. My family is conformed just by women. So I am the only one that graduated from college. And I have been with so many women that also are so special with me. Right now in my foundation, I share so many emotive and success stories about entrepreneurial. So that's how I see beauty in world.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Miss Costa Rica. You mentioned, is it correct that you are the first one to earn a degree in your family? Is that
Yeah, it is.
for all the students here who are struggling with their studies, balancing it with growing up and other issues, what is your message to them?
Wow, my message is don't stop dreaming. Always dream big. You are really gold. You have a lot of special things, and your essence is the most important that you can show to the world. So always work hard, study, and always care about the environment, of course.
Truly very inspiring, Miss Costa Rica. Now it's your turn, Miss Cuba.
Hello everyone, I'm Stephanie Diaz and I'm representing my beautiful Cuba. I recently graduated with my bachelor's degree in political science and I'm currently on track for law school. My advocacy comes from a very personal place. I struggled with an eating disorder and I healed through a plant-based lifestyle. This journey has inspired my advocacy as I promote a deeper connection to our food. Did you know that the animal agriculture industry is the #1 contributor to deforestation? And it also has significant effects for climate change. So as it has healed me, I believe this advocacy can heal our earth. And so we can take small steps, implementing plant-based options, shopping locally sourced produce, and reducing our food waste. So together we can nourish the roots and contribute to a better, greener tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Miss Cuba. I am Samantha Elvis from STC 125B. And my question is, in your opinion, what is the most pressing environmental issue today and how should we address it?
I think the most pressing issue is climate change, which is sort of an umbrella term for so many disastrous things that we're currently experiencing. In my country, we experience increased hurricanes and natural disasters because of climate change. And even just here in the Philippines, we recently experienced Typhoon Christine, and all of these issues are exacerbated because of climate change and because of our personal effects. And so I think to combat that, we need to go out and show people these effects. We need to show the devastation that is caused from this so that they can understand that even a small action, when we all collectively do something, we can help people who are struggling with these devastations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Miss Cuba. Good afternoon. I'm here. I would like to ask, how, in your own way, how would you ensure that the future generations should be able to inherit a healthy planet?
I think the most important thing is that we examine what we're doing in our everyday life and that we are able to not only implement what we want to see for the future generations, but also teach them how they can take on from us and contribute this healthy pattern. So I think as leaders, as beauty queens, we need to be relatable. We need to show them that we're human, we make mistakes, but even still, we can be an example and we can take action. Thank you.
Wonderful answers, Miss Cuba. Now it's your turn, Miss Hong Kong.
Hello everyone, I'm Miss Earth Hong Kong, Ariel, and I graduated from the University of Leeds in the UK. After that, I went back to Hong Kong and become a legal executive. I'm so proud that I have the education and also the opportunity to speak with you today. That I'm advocating for marine protection, as Hong Kong was a fishing village years ago. And that's why I'm in love with scuba diving, and I found out that it's really our role and responsibility to help with marine protection, because the water and the ocean is really important for this generation and also our next generation. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, Miss Hong Kong.
Good
I am
afternoon.
Maan Maxine Chatico from UMS 121P, and my question for you is, in our ever-growing technological world, what do you think we can do to preserve the environment so that it will not be replaced with technology in the far future?
So I think technology is becoming a bigger term nowadays, where you can also often hear about green technology, and it's a really big role in advancing how we're gonna maintain the sustainability of the earth, as it is very useful in lowering the cost in, like, for example, I work with a food waste engineer who is having a startup in Hong Kong that's converting food waste into energy. So in that term, we as the next generation, we can learn about the technology itself and also promote it so that it slowly becomes a part of our lives. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Earth Hong Kong. On the subject of startups and technologies, have you come across any other interesting innovations in Hong Kong that can help with climate change or marine conservation?
Well, I think the main issue for marine protection is that many industrial waste is polluting the ocean, and also that is a very part of the carbon footprint that's happening now. So for Hong Kong, we have a policy that's looking forward to a carbon zero emission in 2050. So in Hong Kong, we have lots of technologies in the incubation where government actually funds those startups. So the startup that I talked about just now, the food waste transporter, is actually one of the projects that is supported by the government. So I think not only us as the public that should work with one another to improve the environment. It is also our government's responsibility to promote it all together. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Hong Kong. And now it's your turn, Miss India.
Hailing from the home of iconic Taj Mahal and now in the nation deeply rooted with Padma Mahal, I am Gauri Gothankar, Miss Earth, India. I'm passionate about crafting employee engaging experiences for corporate well-being. My journey as a model has helped me to build my confidence and redefine my soft skills. Coming from a civil engineering background, I understand the importance of land preservation, and my project, Western View, advocates to adopt simple habits to reduce the production of waste. India's rich spiritual heritage emphasizes for the habits of yoga and meditation and principles of karma and dharma, which inspires us to live our life with ethical living and maintain the balance between mind and body. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss India. I'm Kaiseling Tigas from UMS 12 3P, and my question is, as a candidate for Miss Earth, how do you think can countries balance economic growth with environmental sustainability, especially in developing nations?
Thank you so much for the question. In the developing nations, we shall start investing in the renewable resources like solar energy, hydroelectric powers, in order to come up with the renewable energies for our future generations, which will help reduce the carbon footprints as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss India.
Hello, ma'am.
What do you think can the Philippines learn from India? What one big thing or significant thing our country can learn from your country?
Thank you so much for the lovely question. One thing which I would probably like to mention about my country is unity with diversity, and that would be one thing I would like to promote here in Philippines. That unity with diversity. We are a nation with more than varieties of languages and culture living together with unity. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing with us your insight, Miss India. Now we welcome Miss Malaysia.
Salam Sejahtera, Mabuhay, and good afternoon to all of you. Before I start to introduce myself, I would really wanted to talk about my outfit of the today. I am wearing Kurung Songket, the outfit of the name, and I would like to say that this is the moment I can actually showcase my heritage dress, so that I'm showcasing right now. Thank you for the opportunity, Miss Earth organization, once again. Right now, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Geeta William. I am your Miss Earth Malaysia 2024. I am 26 years old, a master's degree graduate in the business administration. I am a model, an actress, an entrepreneur, and a volunteer. I have been doing volunteering for the past 7 years. For an example, participating in the hands-on activities, rescuing the animals, and the bleach cleanup. I believe that doing all these activities could really bring a lot of peace in myself, and also I can emphasize and also empower someone else in the same way. What am I actually doing? I proudly say that I am an advocate for environmental conservation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Miss Malaysia. I am Mario Manuel Tibonain III from UE Senior High School, UMS 12-1P. So my question for you is, since you're a business administration major, is how could instilling financial literacy to people contribute to environmental sustainability and spreading environmental awareness society, therefore creating a sustainable future for everyone. How would financial literacy relate and contribute?
Thank you for the question. That was an interesting question. As we all can see that the day passing by, we can see the evidence of the climate change. For an example, rising of temperature and unsure of weather, which is happening all over the world. As we can see that no one is appreciate or no one wants to give the attention towards the issues which is going on. During our anxious time, the climate change didn't happen because of the human activities, and right now it is happening because of the human activities. For an example, deforestation, burning the fossil fuels, improper waste management, and excessive of plastic. As a human beings, we need to think about the future for a greener future, because we are the future. Only we can make a difference. I would really like to take this moment as a Miss Earth Malaysia 2024 to inspire the younger generations about to appreciate the nature resources and also to adopt to the hands-on activities like tree planting and also beach cleanups, so on. Thank you.
Thank you for the answer. Good luck.
Hi, Miss Malaysia. I'm here at the center. Hello.
Okay.
All right. Not everyone will get to wear a sash representing their country. And so I heard you say that you're very proud of your outfit this afternoon. Can I invite you to please stand up and for 1 minute just rave about your beautiful country?
Can you repeat the question again?
Okay. For 1 minute, tell us what you love about Malaysia.
Okay. Being a Malaysian, I would really proud to say that I'm a proud citizen of Malaysia. And when it comes to Malaysia, which we would really tell that which are a rich tapestry of culture, traditions, and festivals. Are we done? I can continue, right? Okay. We are actually diverse with the traditions, multiples of festivals, and the culture. I would proudly say that even though we have multiple ethnicity in our country, we are living a life in a very harmonious state with the United States. And I'm so thankful to be a Malaysian and feel so proud to be a citizen of Malaysia. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Malaysia. And now it's your turn, Miss Poland.
Mabuhay, Philippines. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very proud to represent my country, Poland. My advocacy focuses on educating and raises awareness among young people about ecology. I believe that by building a close connected with children and youth, we can work together to protect the environment, and their voices are the best for our future. So for that, I organize events in school when I taught students about ecology and involve them to activities like tree planting, cleaning forests, and harvesting on organic farms. I show these efforts in my video Heritage Advocacy. I very want to talk about the crisis in global crisis. I organize this donation in Poland because it's a flood 2 months ago. Now I want to find ways to support people affected by a disaster in the Philippines for a typhoon. So this is my advocacy.
Okay, thank you, Miss Poland. By the way, good afternoon. So here's my question for you. With the use of this pageant, Miss Earth 2024 Heritage, how will you use your voice to implement or promote greener energy, not only in your country, but through the whole world?
Thank you for your question. I would like to do a lot of things. One of this is do the events. I love people and I love talk with people a lot. So I think that the new generation is our future and future our planet. And I would like to do events with also with you and talking, and we can together do a lot of good things for our Earth. Also, I think the children must know what to do. We must stay together in this time and doing some for our Earth. And for me, it's a good option is talking about ecology in a social media, but not only. We must do something for that, because not only social media is not only one way. And I think when we be together, we can do a lot of good things. I do these things in Poland too. I visit a lot of schools where I do lessons for children, and we do a lot of activities. So I think this is a good solution.
Thank you, Miss Paul.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Poland.
Good afternoon.
How would you convince a 10-year-old boy who doesn't believe in your advocacies?
Oh, I think I love kids, so and they love me, I think. So I want to tell him that in the future he will be in my place, and I want to tell him the look for the earth. What we have, like beautiful sea, beautiful forests, and I want to tell him that in the future, if we don't do all good things for our earth, we don't have this. Him must know that we must practice our. We must practice ecology in real life. We must do something for our earth, because this is not for the earth. Not will be for every time the beautiful. We must. I see that we must do this together, and I want to do something with him. And I tell for him that. His children wants to see our beautiful earth too. Thank you so much.
Continue inspiring the people, Miss Poland.
Thank
And
you
now
so
it's your turn, Miss Reunion Island.
Mabuhay, Philippines! So, my name is Candice Françoise, and I'm your Miss Earth Reunion Island, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm 20 years old, sorry, I forgot to tell that, and I'm currently studying law, and so I'm so happy to be here because I have an advocacy which is really important for me, and it's environmental education. I really think that if we learn environment to the kids now, it will be an automatism for them to respect the environment when they will grow up. And so all the environmental problems like deforestation, pollution, or even climate change will be fixed by the kids when they will grow up. So that's my advocacy. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Annalise P. Incharto from STL 121P. If you could take someone from a different background on a journey through your cultural heritage, what would you show them?
If I have to talk about my heritage, I will share the melting pot of my islands because it's really, I want to transmit it as an heritage because in Reunion Island we have a lot of culture, a lot of ethnicities, and we have a really good living together. We are all in peace, and I think it's really strong for, we are really strong to fight for environment because we are in peace. That's it.
Thank you.
Yes, hi, Miss Earth Reunion Island. Thanks for your important advocacy of education, environmental education. If there's one thing that you want every student in the world to learn and to understand, what would that be?
I think that I cannot choose only one thing because environment, it's a large subject. And so I really think that it's hard work to learn environment to kids. So I would learn, firstly, if I have to choose, the functionment of environment and what are the good habits to protect it. But I really think it's hard work because that's my advocacy, that's it. I think that governments maybe have to invest in education at school, and it would take a lot of years for kids to understand. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing with us your advocacy, Miss Reunion Island. And now it's your turn, Miss Singapore.
Hi, hello, ni hao, and magandang aropo. Hi. My name is Ashley Gan from the beautiful country Singapore. And in Singapore, I am a youth educator. I teach dance and outdoor education. So I connect with a lot of youths, and that is one of the things that I love to do. I love connecting with people. I love to see people smile, and my advocacy is to be able to connect with people and inspire them to become a better person and do have a better future.
Hello, good afternoon, Miss Singapore. I am
Hi.
Jill Kate Charangues from UMS 12 2P. And my question is, how do you think the Miss Earth pageant differ from other international pageants in terms of its environmental advocacy?
Thank you for your question. I think that's a very good question. As a contestant of Miss Earth, why do I think that Miss Earth is different from the other international pageants? It's definitely the advocacy and its commitment to sustainability that stands out. I think that it's easy to say that we care for the environment, but being a contestant and as a role model in our country, as a person that wants to do more for the environment, the Miss Earth pageant is a platform where we have a voice that we can share, and also the different activities allow us and also the public, to our followers, to know more about the environment, to have more environmental awareness to the different happenings in the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
What do you think is the vital role of the youth to the planet?
Could I get you to repeat your question again?
Okay, what do you think is the vital role of the youth to the planet?
What do I think is the vital role for the
Of the
youth?
youth.
Of the youth for the planet?
Yes.
Thank you for your question. I think the youth, which is the people of tomorrow, plays a very important part for our future. And as since young, we are exposed from our early years as a child, we learn different values, we learn about the knowledge of the earth, and this is the best time and the best age for them to to build a mindset to have a greener tomorrow, that, we plant a seed in their minds so that, as we grow up, we always have the commitment to have a value to impact the environment around us. So as we grow older, when we have more ability to do something for the environment around us, they are able to take a step up and create a better future for us.
Maraming salamat, Miss Singapore. Now it's your time to shine, Miss Thailand.
Thank you. Mahal kayo.
Hi everyone, my name is Soda Fowler and I am from Thailand. So my advocacy focuses on mindful consumption because, our world is developing so fast and we can buy anything online at just a click of a button, and everything is so easily accessible and available to us. And I believe that this can actually lead to overconsumption because we always want the best things. But I believe that sometimes this may be harmful to our environment because number one, it creates waste, and number two, it can use more natural resources than what might actually be necessary and what might be needed if the demand was to be decreased. So I believe that if we promote mindful consumption and consume our everyday things with the right mindset, we can help the environment. So I can't wait for the questions. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Thailand. My name is Althea Tabernero from STEM 124P. As Miss Earth, you will need to represent diverse environmental concerns across the globe. So my question for you is, how would you ensure that the environmental issues of developing nations are given as much attention as those of more industrialized countries?
So I actually believe developing countries may have more of a because they're still developing, they might have more of a positive way to look at things because there's still room for improvement, especially when you can compare it to the industrial countries that already maybe have their infrastructure in place and things like this. But I believe that developing countries can use the fact that they're still developing to build architecture and buildings that can actually help. For example, with natural environments, right now in Thailand, there's so many flooding. And I think that if we were to have more trees incorporated into the architecture and the landscape, for example, this could help with the flooding because the trees, they absorb all the water there. And they can also use concrete that is permeable, which means that the water goes inside. And I really believe that this could help when natural disasters happen because sometimes we can't stop these things. Although climate change definitely amplifies and intensifies the natural disasters, I still think that the infrastructure plays a role. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Thailand.
Hello, I'm here at the center.
Okay. Oh, hi.
Our society glorifies being fast, being always on the go. In Filipino, we say, if you don't move, pag hindi ka kumikilos, tamad ka. Or if you don't move, you're lazy. What is your message to encourage our youth to become more mindful in life in general?
So firstly, I think it's all about mindset, whatever you do, because if you have a way to think about certain things, that's literally how your life is going to play out. So in order to be more mindful, number one is you have to give what you already have more value. So this is literally in everyday products or everyday necessities. You have to value them more. And also, I believe in, of course, education. That's really the first step in anything that requires a big change is education, and also starting within yourself, because starting within yourself, because I really think it starts within each and every one of us to make a big impact. And it starts small and starts within yourself, but that's what really creates the big impact. Thank you.
Kapong ka, Miss Thailand. Now it's your time to shine, Miss United Arab Emirates.
Mabuhay, Philippines! Hello, I'm Nural Jasmi, representing the United Arab Emirates. I'm 23 years old, and I got recognized by the Forbes Sustainability Leaders Summit the past month because of my advocacy that focuses on empowering youth, our future. I believe if we empower the youth, we are giving more to our future, and educational of environment is really crucial and needs to be fundamental in our curriculum.
Good afternoon, Miss United Arab Emirates. My name is Gwen Madrinian from STEM 124P. My question is, how do you feel about the balance between conservation efforts and sustainable development? Can they truly coexist, or are we faced with an inevitable trade-off?
Can you please repeat your question?
Once again, how do you feel about the balance between conservation efforts and sustainable development? Can they truly coexist, or are we faced with an inevitable trade-off?
Yes, I think they can coexist because of how I said mindsets and education. If education is implemented, as I said, in the curriculum, and the youth has seen this information in their minds and got used to it, they can coexist everything together and live more sustainably for our future and right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Miss United Arab Emirates. I'm here. Hello, I'm here.
Hi.
How would you be able to help out as a representative of Miss Earth for countries whose children cannot afford to go to school?
As we know, the UAE has already helped too many countries and too many nations, and I can work hand in hand with that as I am recognized as well, and I would love to continue that with my title or without my title, to help the undeveloped countries with their education and resources for more education use and awareness for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss UAE. Now it's your turn, Miss US Virgin Islands.
Mabuhay, Philippines! My name is Brianna Maxwell, and I am 22 years old, representing U.S. Virgin Islands. My advocacy is about living an eco-friendly living lifestyle, and I actually work at an eco-friendly store where we sell natural products, and I actually bring one of the products with me today. Yes, so I am super excited to showcase my advocacy, and I can't wait to speak with everyone.
Good afternoon, Miss U.S. Virgin Islands. I am Lian Faith Pelias from HUMS 121P. Here's my question for you. If you were to be crowned a title in Miss Earth 2024, what legacy do you hope to leave behind through your work with Miss Earth and your environmental advocacy?
I would love to leave behind a legacy that creates change. I was someone who dealt with a speech impediment, and I feel that some people might think that, oh, I shouldn't be here, and I've heard that before because having a challenge as an or rather a speech impediment. And I am showing to other individuals today that it's possible to gain your own voice and that you can gain a voice for the earth. And I am so happy to have my advocacy because I know that I can change the world with it.
Thank
Great,
you.
great. Miss Earth, US Virgin Island, love your advocacy. And I would like you to show us your eco-friendly product that you have with you. Why not? And tell us what makes it eco-friendly.
Yes, so right now I do have the Rebirth, and I actually use it in my hair today. You are actually helping the environment and actually smelling good as well. Who wouldn't want to smell good and save the environment? And this is one of my favorite products from the store. It is an oil product, and I actually use it with the protein rinse because it can help with any dandruff or anything inside your hair, and you can truly become, well, you can showcase that you are amazing and also smell good while helping the environment. Yes, it's eco-friendly because it has avocado, it has oils like grapeseed oil, and it's all natural products. And I believe that simple things that we use in our daily life can change the world.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Miss US Virgin Islands. Now it's your turn, Miss Albania.
Hello everyone, Mabuhay Philippines. My name is Jessica Pengili and I'm your Miss Earth Albania. I'm 20 years old and I'm a singer and an influencer in Albania. I also study for business administration. My advocacy is focused on water cleaning and protecting because I believe it is so important for people to know the importance water has in our lives. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Albania.
Good
And my
afternoon.
question for you is, how can you promote inclusivity and respect for diverse heritages in a multicultural society?
How can I?
How can you promote inclusivity and respect for diverse heritages in a multicultural society?
As an influencer, I'd like to promote it in my page and my social platforms, like, you know, everyone knows Instagram and TikTok, and I use this great opportunity we have from technology to promote great causes and to promote our heritage, our beautiful landscapes, because Albania is it's a small country but has a wonderful landscape.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Albania.
Hello.
In the center. There you go.
Okay.
You mentioned about protecting the waters. How would you protect the waters? In what way?
I'd like to start with telling that everyone can make a change. I start with the small things first. Like I cannot change, for example, industrial runoffs. I cannot remove the plastic consumption, but it's on me to use less the plastic, or to organize cleanup events. I usually do it with my friends in Albania. We are 5 or 4 people, and we go on to clean up events and to try to make the world a better place.
Thank you so much, Miss Albania. And now let us all warmly welcome Miss Australia.
Mabuhay, Philippines! My name is Jessica Lane, and I'm representing the beautiful land down under, Australia. In Australia, I'm studying a double major of journalism, creative writing, and publishing with the goal of becoming an environmental journalist when I graduate. In the meantime, I work as a national TV news producer and journalist. Throughout this platform, I manage to encourage many sustainable practices and highlight the Australian initiatives that are going on to reduce CO2 emissions and provide a cleaner, more healthy Australia. I also work as a sustainable fashion model, as I believe to talk the talk, you must first walk the walk. And this relates sincerely to my advocacy, Dress for Tomorrow, highlighting the importance of sustainable fashion and the power that we as consumers have to change the world for the better. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Miss Australia.
Good afternoon.
I'm Crystal Clonan from STEM 12 2P, and my question for you is, in what ways do you think schools could better incorporate environmental education?
What a fantastic question. Thank you for that. I think that intelligence does start within the school system, and as does passion. As I mentioned, I'm still a university student studying a double in journalism, creative writing, and publishing, as I believe that I have a responsibility on this earth to inspire people, and I choose to do this through storytelling, just as the Australian heritage has for over 65,000 years, incorporating sustainability through our Dreamtime stories. The education system has a responsibility to provide this knowledge to its students. Back at university, I'm actually studying a minor in sustainability communication, as to communicate with one another on how to protect our beautiful earth, it's quite essential in the longevity of our planet. I believe that our generation is the last to be able to make a difference, and if we don't do it now, there is no tomorrow. So it's our responsibility to continue this fight and to make a difference. We have one earth, and if we support education surrounding it in the school systems, hopefully we can inspire one another and truly create a positive change. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Jessica.
Hello, how are you? Hello there.
Hello. What's the most destructive fake news about the environment that you've encountered, and how will you correct it?
That's also a really fantastic question. Thank you. I'm disappointed to say that the most destructive thing about our planet at the moment is the naivety surrounding our actions. We as humans often think that our actions have no consequences and that someone else can save the day. But at the end of the day, it is up to us. Every action that you take, every product that you buy, it has a consequence. And if each of us chooses sustainability, it will make a serious difference. I believe that the biggest issue really is us. And the only power, therefore, lies with us. If each of us stand together, it will make a serious, substantial, and positive impact for our greener tomorrow. Thank you.
Remarkable answers, Queen. Thank you so much, Miss Australia. And now we welcome the beautiful Miss Bangladesh.
Mabuhay, Philippines! ¿Cómo está? Hello everyone, my name is Firdausi Tanvi Icha and I am 21 years old. I'm an actor, anchor and a law student. And I am here to represent my beautiful country, which has the longest sea beach of the world and the biggest mangrove forest of the world, Bangladesh. We have to work for sustainability. We have to work for our environment and nature. So my advocacy focuses on ensuring clean water, providing animal welfare, and fostering a green nature. In Bangladesh,
we are already making a change. We are trying to be a very eco-friendly country. We have already installed solar panel systems in 5 million houses in our country. We know that solar panels distills water, and by that, the energy that's produced is very good for our nature, and that's it. Thank you so much.
A pleasant afternoon, Miss Bangladesh. I'm Nadine Carlos from UE Senior High School STEM 1270. And you mentioned that one of your advocacy is providing animal welfare. So my question is, how do you think can we solve makeup brands that use animals to test their products?
Well, thank you so much for your question. So I have 12 cats of my own. So I know the pain that they go through because I foster stray cats and dogs and give them lovely homes. So when the companies are making animals, their advertising products using leather or producing products from animal like elephant teeth or using leopard skin, I totally stand against that. Because I think in Bangladesh, as we are a very large country, and we are producing jute, which is very helpful for our environment, and as well as very easy to produce as well. It does not need as much water as other crops. We can make jute bags we can make jute bags and use glass, bamboos, for instance, of plastic and animal skins and all. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Miss Bangladesh. And now it's your turn, Miss Cabo Verde.
Hello everyone. I hope everyone's doing amazing today. My name is Jasmine Francisca Jorgensen. I'm 19. I'm a business student and I come from the beautiful islands of Cabo Verde. I joined Miss Earth because I believe in a deep connection between nature and mental health. Nature has multiple benefits to our health, and that's why I have a project called Ducime Equilíbrio, which means let's plant balance. And it basically focuses on promoting education about these benefits and how nature is important to us. In that way, I feel that when people, especially kids and teenagers, are more surrounded and in connection with nature, they feel more empowered and more motivated to protect it. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Cabo Verde. I am Daniel Zepeda from STEM 12-2P, and my question for you is, how do you think can we make sustainable practices more accessible for everyone?
This is actually a very interesting question, and I'm going to take example by my country. So in Cabo Verde, we are a developed country, so we do not have big stores, we do not have a lot we can buy from. So that's why we always opt for recycling and reusing everything. As for me, for example, and I think basically all the people in Cape Verde, like when we are not using our clothes anymore, we give it to our neighbor, we give it to our friends. Like me, for example, I wore clothes that my bigger brother wore, and then after me, my little brother as a baby wore them too. And we're always recycling stuff, and I think that's a very effective way to promote it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You?
I have this question. How can you empower women to be the one to lead in environmental conservation?
An interesting question as well. So me as a person who really looks up to my mother, she's a really big inspiration to me, and she shows me that women also have the power that for a long years society thought only men had. So I feel like I can be that inspiration as well by leading by example, by showing that us women have the power to do it as well. I'm not elevating women and downing men. I think we're both equal and we both have what it takes to make a change.
Thank you so much, Miss Cabo Verde. Now, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the last delegate for the second batch, Miss Argentina, together with her translator, Miss Earth 2016, Michelle Gomez.
Good afternoon, Mabuhay, Philippines. How are you? My name is Sol Bonfigli, Sol like sun in English. In Spanish, it's Sol. I am 24 years old, and I represent my beautiful country, Argentina. I am a model. I am an actress. I study a bachelor's degree in acting at the National University of Art in Buenos Aires. And I also teach body expression classes in beauty pageant in Argentina. As Miss Earth Argentina Ambassador, I commit to promote the environmental consciousness through its care and educational activities. And through these initiatives, I want to inspire everybody to join into the struggle for a more sustainable future and protect our environment for future generations.
Good afternoon. I am Micaela Medina from UMS 12 2P, and my question for you is, what do you think is the most overlooked environmental issue today?
Hello. Hi. ¿Cuál crees que es el problema ambiental que no se mira demasiado en este momento?
Okay. I think is the global warming. The global warming directly affects our lives, mainly our health. And I believe to reduce this warming, we can start by doing small actions that make the difference, change habits to reduce pollution, such separating wasting, disconnect appliances, or taking care of the water we use for cleaning.
Thank you so much.
Hola Sol, ¿qué tal?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah, muy bien. As a German, when I think about Argentina, I think about football, playing football. How do you think we could make the football industry more eco-friendly, more eco-conscious?
¿Cómo crees que cuando él piensa en Argentina, piensa en fútbol? ¿Cómo crees que se puede hacer la industria del fútbol más amigable con el medio ambiente?
Creo que el poder en el ámbito del fútbol lo tienen los propios jugadores.
I think that the power itself, it's in the players.
Y lo más importante es la comunicación.
And the most important thing is the communication.
Y creo que al tener la palabra más importante, ellos pueden transmitirnos a nosotros cómo podemos cuidar el medio ambiente.
Them having such a big influence, they can be good communicators and spreading the awareness that we need for our environment.
Y también implementando acciones dentro de los juegos, dentro de los partidos de fútbol.
And also making some environmental actions during the football matches.
Always remember that together we are more stronger.
Thank you very much, Miss Argentina. And Miss Michelle Gomez. Good afternoon and hello everyone. I'm Do Lanang, your Miss Earth Water 2023 from Vietnam. So can I hear everyone say Xin Chào? Xin Chào. Oh, thank you so much. That warmed my heart. I don't know about you guys or if you guys feel the same way I do, but you know, I've been to University of the East twice now, and both times that I've been here, I've just felt this incredible energy. So I just want to take this time to express our sincere gratitude to University of the East for having us and for supporting Miss Earth 2024. Please give yourself a round of applause. Thank you. Now, some of you may or may not know, but the much-awaited coronation night is just a few days away. And I know that you guys are just as excited to meet the new Miss Earth and her court as we are. And the final night will be this Saturday, November 9th at 7 p.m., located at the Cove Manila at Okada, Manila. And it will be streamed live on Miss Earth's page and YouTube channel. So don't forget to follow all of Miss Earth pages so that you can get the latest updates, but also so that you guys can help raise awareness for environmental protection. And now, just a friendly reminder that you can still vote for this year's Miss People's Choice via the Eventista online voting portal. And by doing this, the Miss People's Choice winner will automatically get a spot in top 20. So if you want to support and also help your favorite delegate enter into top 20, keep voting, but also like and share so that you guys can call on more voters. And in order to find out how you can vote, just get the details on the Miss Earth Facebook page. So with that said, let's continue with today's prejudging. And this time we have our delegate from beautiful Ethiopia.
Mabuhay! My name is Rute Wodros, and I come from the country known to be the cradle of mankind, Ethiopia. And I work as a civil and environmental engineer, and I'm currently working on my master's part-time. And I'm also a member of the International Rotary Foundation, which mainly focuses on humanitarian services and charity work. And I serve as the treasurer of my local Rotary Club. So my advocacy mainly focuses on educating the younger generation, specifically regarding on new sustainable practices, new scientific ways into teaching them to incorporate environmental sustainable practices into their day-to-day lives. And well, my profession really helps me to focus on green development initiatives, waste management initiatives, and all of that. And I would love to use this platform to advocate for these things. We all know that the younger generation really carry our future, and prevention is definitely better than cure, and my way of preventing the lack of awareness is by doing this and sharing the knowledge and sharing my projects. And yeah, this is my advocacy. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Miss Ethiopia.
Good
I'm
afternoon.
Sofia Tita Herrero from Humes 12 GP. And since you've mentioned that your advocacy is connected to educating the youth, my question is, what role do you think education plays to students like us in creating a more environmentally and socially conscious society?
Well, the role that education plays is it really widens the horizons of how we think and the way we see the things in our day-to-day lives. And education is the main and the core root cause for a greater and a more environmentally aware future, because it shows us the things that lack in our environment. It opens our eyes, because if we can't see that our day-to-day actions really affect the environment, and if we can't see that the causes and the effects of our day-to-day actions, then we cannot have a sustainable future. So education really plays a role into defeating that gap. So yeah, it's one of the main and basic things that we need.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ethiopia.
You're welcome.
Can you share one very interesting
about your country that a lot of people don't know? Something very interesting about Ethiopia that a lot of people don't know.
Well, something very interesting. I would like to mention one natural heritage from my country, which is the Bale Mountain. Actually, two, the Bale and the Samian Mountains. It is a UNESCO recognized natural heritage in my country. And this heritage is a very nice environment, a very old, ancient landscape. And what it does is really sustains like the endangered species. Like we have the Gelada baboon and the Niala, which are very endemic to our country. And this ecosystem preserves these endangered species and really endemic to our country. So yeah, I would like to spread news about this wonderful landscape and our natural heritage. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Ethiopia.
Thank you so
Next,
much.
please welcome Miss Iceland.
Hi everyone. My name is Hrafnhildur Haraldsdóttir and I represent the land of fire and ice, Iceland. I'm currently studying for medical school because I've always wanted to become a doctor one day. And my advocacy revolves around educating and teaching students like you guys about how important environmental awareness is and how sustainability can be fun and effective. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Iceland. I am Abina Axel L. Dison from STEM 1270, and here is my question for you. What do you think is one simple habit people overlook that could actually make a difference for our planet?
One simple habit, speaking as an Icelandic woman, I think students and everybody, just like you guys, think that fast fashion is not that important. And it's like, you can buy whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, but it's not that simple. We all need to take actions because actions make improvements. And we need to stand together to make these actions. And because fast fashion becomes so harmful for our beautiful earth. And we need to change that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Iceland. Can you say your name one more time?
My name is Hrafnhildur Haraldsdóttir. It's an old Icelandic name, I know.
But it's very beautiful. I just wanted to hear it again.
Thank you.
Okay. It's very interesting for me because your generation grew up with Instagram, TikTok, and all these social media platforms. How will you promote the environment if all of that is taken away from you?
We can take all actions, go to schools, we can go into the nature, talk to the students in person. I think in-person activities are more effective than social media. I think if we speak to the students, show the students firsthand how we can be more sustainable is more effective than showing it through an Instagram photo. Because that can also be a little bit fake. So we need to take action together and it's not that hard. We can all do it. Thank you.
What a beautiful message, just like yourself. Thank you, Miss Iceland. Now we have Miss Kosovo.
Hello everyone, I'm Eltina Thace, I'm 23 years old and I'm the Miss Earth of Kosovo. I have a Bachelor of Professional in Social Work and Education. My advocacy is centered on making a positive impact and promoting environmental protection. As a teacher, I have the best platform to reach out to children because I believe in our future generation.
Good afternoon, Miss. I am Mariela Ashley Peredo from STEM 12-3P, and my question for you is, how do you see the role of women in leading the fight against climate change and environmental degradation?
Can you repeat this again, please?
Okay, once again, how do you see the role of women in leading the fight against climate change and environmental degradation?
So first of all, everyone is a part of the global warming, the climate change. Everybody has to take care of the environment. We have to try to not use so often the cars, the planes, to try to use, for example, the bikes. And I think everybody can make a change. And as a teacher, I often reach out, even to the girls and to the boys. I always reach out to my children and say, for example, don't use everyday plastic bottles. Why you don't use, for example, reusable bottles or something? And I think I'm a big role model for my class, and even as a miss for my platform on the social media accounts. And I think together we make a difference in that.
Thank you for your answer.
Hello, Ms. Kosovo. Good afternoon. How can you have individuals balance the use of your desire for beauty and personal care with sustainable practice?
I think it's important to keep in mind what kind of products you use. Beauty is not just I use things that are on the market, and I think that I use things that are in the social media just because they are so good for my skin or something. It's important to use things that are good for our earth, because the earth is not only our earth is our home, and that's why we have to be careful what we use and how it affects our future.
Thank you for sharing your message, Miss Kosovo.
Thank you.
And we'd like to welcome Miss Mexico.
Mabuhay, my name is Patricia Ramos Lagunes. I'm 22 years old and I'm proudly representing Mexico. I have 2 degrees, one in marketing and one in business management. I also own a marketing agency. My advocacy's name is Regresando con las Olas, and its heart is this necklace made with microplastic. Thank you. My advocacy focuses on beach cleanup, plastic recovery, educational talks of the environment, and national television capsules. But the biggest lesson I learned this year about my advocacy is how something in the incorrect hands could be discarded as trash, but in the correct hands could be something so beautiful and with so much value. And this is not just for environment, this is for all life. So always know and be aware of your true value.
Good afternoon, Miss Mexico. I am Don Liwanag from STEM 12 3P. And my question for you is, how can we reduce the environmental impact of fast fashion while still allowing people to express their style?
Thank you. Fast fashion is one of the hottest topics nowadays. But in my experience in the marketing field, I've noticed something. We, as consumers, are very comfortable. We tend to do the easiest option regardless the consequences. So I want to ask you to please raise one hand, and now raise it higher. And I want to ask you, why didn't you did your 100% the first time? Why didn't you raise it to the top? We always expect and we always wait to the consequences to make the right choice. We need to acknowledge the consequences of our habits. We need to take responsibility because we're already witnessing floods, we're already witnessing wildfires and the rising of sea levels and temperatures. It's time to take responsibility, and it's time to do the change. It's time to take our hands higher to the top, and not just physically, but in the commitment for the betterment of our planet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Mr. of Mexico, para el regalo aquí. And I think this is a nice gift. Can I say it's upcycling of a low-value material? If we would apply that in business and business practices, what ideas come to mind where we could use the same philosophy to turn low-value waste into a high-value end product?
I think the biggest thing is here, it's to make the product valuable, to enter it to the circular economy, and for me to tell the story time behind that product. For example, for me, the biggest phrase in my advocacy is oceans are life. And not just as a phrase, but it's the reality. A lot of us think that the breathing comes from the trees, but if you breathe like one, you inhale and exhale, that first one comes from the trees. But if you do it again, the second one comes from a little algae in the oceans called diatoms. And we don't know a lot of these things. We don't know the importance behind all of the things. So it's important to know our things very well and to know the value. Thank you.
Thank you for inspiring us, Miss Mexico. Next, please welcome Miss Mongolia.
Mabuhay Philippines! Hello everyone! My name is Tilmuk Purupjas and I am so proud to represent my country, Mongolia. I am 23 years old dentist and I work in a dental clinic as a dental surgeon in my country. And my advocacy is I am focusing on to save water, and also I want to spread my voice to the world about the critically endangered animals in my country. And now I'm ready to answer your questions.
Good afternoon, Miss Mongolia. I am Bevi Charbel C. Cortez from STEM 126P. As a science student, I am curious with your answer. My interesting hypothetical question for you is, would you rather reshape the world into a new and better one or explore space to create a new home?
Thank you for the question. Can you please repeat that? I didn't get it, sorry.
Would you rather reshape the world into a new and better one or explore space to create a new home?
Thank you. So I think, in my opinion, we have to let the future into more better, like environmental. So we have to manage that by one. Maybe there is lots of environmental issues in our country, of course, and all the world. So we have to manage that. There are some air pollution and forestation, like something like that. So we have to manage that by all of us should try to manage that and solve the problem.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Miss Mongolia. Here
Hi.
in the middle. Here you go. Can you tell us something very interesting about you that you haven't told the media or posted on social media so we can know more about you?
Thank you for the question. And I want to share a tip that me and my family and my coworkers use. It's about to save water, and it's so easy tip. And I would like to share that there is a water bottle, and we put that in the toilet storage, water storage, and we put that into this. And then every time we flush the toilet, we can use less water that we're supposed to be. And this is one of the tips that we can use less water than we're supposed to be. And also, I'm a dentist, so I give advice to my surrounding people and my patients that come here at my dental clinic. I tell them that you have to save the water, and you have to use the glass of water, and also please don't left the water running while you're brushing your teeth, because when we left the water running while we're brushing our teeth for many minutes, they still keep running water, so there is so lack of water supply. So I think it's the easiest way to save our water. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Mongolia, for sharing your tips with us. And next, we have Miss Montenegro.
Mabuhay, Philippines. How are you? Hello, everybody. My name is Lola Jajic, and I'm coming from Montenegro. I'm 21 years old student at University for Business and Management. Also, I'm not only student, I work as a personal trainer and Pilates instructor in my city, Budva. Montenegro is, as I said, I'm coming from Montenegro, which is a really small country on Balkan in Europe, but I really believe and deeply believe we have good potential because of our wild, beautiful nature, mountains and beaches together. So my focus go on cleaning our beaches and saving water, but not only when it's the main season or summer, but in the whole year. Also, as I said, I work as a personal trainer, so my focus go on having good habits, eating healthy, and usually generally living a healthy lifestyle. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss. I'm Rica Matras from STEM 1270. And my question for you is, how do you think businesses and governments could better support both environmental sustainability and social equity?
Thank you for your question. In my opinion, education is everything, also a meeting and central point for everything, especially for any changes together in these years. So I think that, for example, if people are educated, we can make any changes, but not only one person, for example, not only me. We all need to educate it and get new experiences and share that with other people, so we together can change and make our planet a better place.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Miss Montenegro. Hello.
Hello.
If you have one very famous tourist attraction and you have a chance to make the rules before opening it up to the public, what 3 rules will you make?
Can you repeat question one more time, please?
Okay. Think of a famous attraction in your country.
I'm making that place or?
No. Just think of, it's already there.
Okay.
One famous tourist attraction. Now, before you open it up for the public to see, for tourists to see, you have the chance to make the rules. What 3 rules will you implement before opening it up for public consumption?
Okay, I understand. I think that any attraction, especially tourist attraction, needs to be at good place, so tourists have better chance to get there. So some of rules will be good and nice place. I don't know what to say. Maybe. Good place, nice place near, for example, in Montenegro, in my country, in my city Budva, near a beach, which managers are educated people and someone who loves healthy lifestyle, for example, for one restaurant or something like that. Any more questions?
Thank you very much, Miss Montenegro. And
Thank
now we'd like to welcome Miss Pakistan.
Assalamu alaikum, mabuhay, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mavish Bhatt, and I am from a beautiful country, the country which is recognized by rich cultural heritage, natural beauty, tasty cuisine, lovely and beautiful people, named Pakistan. I'm 21st years old, and I am a medical student in my country. Also, I'm doing a modeling. As a Miss Pakistan 2024, my advocacy focuses on promoting environmental awareness and climate changes. As a Pakistani, I'm deeply concerned about the floods that frequently affects my country. So my advocacy focuses on planting more trees, recycling and reusing, and also empowering youth, both male and female, through education, proper training and skills. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Pakistan. I am Hannah Abdusalam from ABM 121P, and my question for you is, what aspect of your heritage is the most important for you and why?
Can you please repeat the question?
What aspect of your heritage is the most important for you and why?
Again.
What aspect of your heritage is the most important for you and why?
Okay, thank you for the question. I come from a beautiful country, and my country is blessed with a beautiful, rich cultural heritage, and we have many heritage places in my country. We have tasty cuisines and also historical places, and there are many unique things in my Pakistan. If I share one of them, then I would like to share Hinjab. Hinjab Pass, it is an international pass that connects Pakistan and China, and it makes my country unique. And another one, there are many old civilizations in my country. One of them is Mohenjo-daro. It is 4,600 years old civilization. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Miss Pakistan. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Are you all right?
Yes, sir.
How would you convince a family member who doesn't believe in your advocacy?
Sorry, sir?
How would you convince a family member who doesn't believe in your advocacy?
Thank you for the question. My family is so supportive, and I'm come from an educated family, and my family believes me on my advocacy. If I got chance to convince my family members and my friends and the public, then I definitely say them, please open your eyes and see the climate changes, because my advocacy is promoting environmental, eco-friendly activities. So this is my advocacy. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Pakistan. And please help me welcome Miss Peru.
Mabuhay everyone, my name is Nivan Tesana, I am 20 years old and I come from the beautiful land of the Incas, the Amazonas and the Tapadas Limeñas, Peru. I am a professional model and my advocacy is focused on planting trees in the district of Punchana in the Peruvian jungle. Why we do this is because a long time ago, the cities were just an extension of the nature. And now with the modernization, we have lost it. And we want to return, me and my organization, want to return the harmony between the men and the nature. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Peru. I am Rayan Bugayan from ABM 121P. There is always room for knowledge and learning never stops. So my question is, if you would be given the opportunity to add one environmental issue as a subject included in school curriculums, what would it be and why?
Can you repeat the question, please?
If you would be given the opportunity to add one environmental issue as a subject included in school curriculums, what would it be and why?
Okay, that's a good question. Well, I think that we as the we used to be the future generation. Now we are the generation of the present, and we should be in the schools. We should integrate the recycling as not an issue, but a problem solving activity, because it's a little action that can change a lot of things. Because that's what we, as this generation, need to do. Put our minds in and our hearts in everything that we do to save the planet. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Hola, Miss Earth Peru. Good to have
Hola.
you here. I love the tree planting part. What kind of tree species is your organization planting, and how many do you plan to plant altogether or have planted already?
Well, we have worked with the Puncha Técnicos, which are centers of study for low-income youth in this district. And we have planted with each student one tree so each student have planted one tree in this district, and we are planning to go again and plant more. And if I'm honest with you, the names are a little bit difficult, so I don't remember exactly the name of the species, but that is what we do with those young people who wants to do a change with us. Thank you.
Muy bien, gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you, Miss Peru. And now we welcome Miss Puerto Rico.
Mabuhay, Philippines! Nice to see you again. How are you? So, I'm Bianca Caraballo, your Miss Earth Puerto Rico 2024. And I want to talk a little bit about me. I'm 23 years old. I have a bachelor's degree. I'm currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in biology and a minor in marketing. And based on that, I want to tell you a little bit of what I do. So, fun fact, I didn't believe in beauty pageants when I started. So when I was looking for a beauty pageant to participate in, I wanted one that was aligned with my life story. And searching for different beauty pageants and their different causes, there are a lot of beauty pageants that aim to protect and fight for poverty, women's rights, civil rights. But at the end of the day, if we don't fight for the most important cause there is, which is fighting for our Mother Earth, we won't be able to fight for these other causes. So based on that, I want to work hand to hand with this organization to go to the next level and fight and give the example and the message to the other generations to come. So a little bit of my advocacy, it centers in environmental conservation and mental well-being, focusing on how it is important to transcend from words to action, because words alone won't heal our planet, actions will. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Puerto Rico. I am Lamer Leaño from UMS 12 2P, and my question for you, what is a philosophy or principle that you believe in, and how can it contribute to a more sustainable and greener future for humanity?
Thank you so much for that question. I believe that every single human being has the power to make a change in the world. And I once quoted Spider-Man, but it's one of my favorite superheroes, that with big responsibility comes great responsibility comes with great power. So it's basically that each one of us is a superhero and has the power to make a change in the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Puerto Rico.
Hi. How are you?
Since you're a biology major,
yes.
Do you believe that there is a connection between the environmental state that we're in right now and the human health?
Totally. Also, talking a little bit about my advocacy, it centers on environmental health as well. And when nature thrives, so do we. Me coming from the small island Puerto Rico, we have passed through a lot of hurricanes, and I've seen a lot of depression cases, a lot of people going through different causes, and mental health influence a lot of on health, you know? And I've seen it, I've lived it, and it's a brief example that when nature thrives, so do we. So we need to conserve our nature because it's our only home and we need to fight for it. Thank you.
What a beautiful message from Miss Puerto Rico. And now we'd like to welcome...
Thank you so much.
Now we'd like to welcome Miss Samoa.
Talofa, talofa, talofa lava. My name is Annalie, and I proudly come from your treasured island, Samoa. Chee-hoo! I am a proud sister of 4 little brothers, and I am a nurse serving our older community, and I advocate towards sustainable agriculture and the protection of our human nature, such as the prevention of human trafficking. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, Miss Samoa. I am Aisha May Garingo from ABM 121P, and my question for you is, since the world is rapidly changing, what actions are you planning to take to maintain and preserve your heritage?
Definitely. Samoa is all about preserving our heritage. We do that through our culture, by practicing our dancing, our language, but definitely our service. We have a saying, a proverb in Samoa, Ole ala, ile pule, ile tautua. The path to leadership is through service. We do that everywhere, no matter what that is, whether it's helping out a friend, helping out our smaller community or our larger community. I also believe in the power of prayer. I was doing that before I came here on stage. I believe God is with us, and if we put our trust in Him, nothing can stand against us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Salma. I believe in God's grace too. You mentioned that you are a nurse for the elderly. Did you ever encounter any stories from them talking about their regrets in life? And how would you use this knowledge moving forward in your own life?
I started working at a retirement village this year, and it's been a very emotional year. You have half the residents who have regrets. They stay in their rooms all day. They don't have any life left in them, yet their eyes are open, their lungs are breathing. And some of them are open to giving me advice or telling their story. I have 4 little brothers, and I adore them so much. So they don't even have to say anything for me to know what I need to change in my life so that I can have a better future and so that my brothers can have a better future. I apply that to everywhere and to anyone I meet.
Thank you for sharing with us, Miss Samoa. And now we have Miss Zimbabwe.
Mabuhay, Philippines. I am Tatenda Kimberly Mayoyo, representing the World of Wonders of Zimbabwe. I am a lawyer, conveyancer, and notary public by profession. I advocate for sustainable energy, which has seen me starting a project called the Verde Project. We focus on educating the community on how to make biogas as an alternative source of energy. We make biogas from biodegradable materials such as food waste and human excrete. Thank you.
Magandang buhay, Miss Earth, Zimbabwe. I am Daniela Mitch-Pidlawan from STL12 2P. As you stand here beautifully representing your country, what inspired you to participate in Miss Earth, and how did this shape your personal transformation and your journey towards building your environmental advocacy?
Thank you so much. I'm really proud of you for continuing with education. I come from a third world country where electricity is a big problem. And I started the project, a Veridian project, as a charity project. But I realized that Miss Earth, not only does it provide a good audience for my project, but also possible sponsors. This is what motivated me into getting into this competition. And I'm hoping and looking forward that I will have people that are willing to partner with me in this project. And I intend to continue with the project. I intend to bring it to the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Miss Zimbabwe.
Hello, John.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Fine. How about you?
Nervous.
As a Miss Earth representative, how can you help preserve the protection? How would you protect the endangered species and their habitats?
I think the greatest problem we are facing as a world is ignorance. So many people do not know which species are endangered. And as a Miss Earth, I would use the platforms that we have, such as TikTok, which is loved by our young generation, Instagram, Facebook, and all the other available platforms to educate the community on how and which animals are specifically endangered so that they know how best can we preserve them and how best can we work towards a sustainable future with our endangered species. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your advocacy with us, Miss Zimbabwe. Now we have Miss Bulgaria.
Hi everyone. Maybe I not speak English well, but I speak language of kindness and love. I'm Tatiana Miroshina, Miss Bulgaria. I'm child psychologist and motivator. So one of my missions to learn kids, future generation, to be careful about our environment. Also, I'm owner to Charity Foundation. We work with kids who haven't family and disabled people. Thank you.
Magandang hapon and hello, Miss Bulgarian. I am Nina Bianca Dizandolalia, a grade 12 student from STEM 12 2P. My question is, you have spent quite some time here at the Philippines. What values or lessons you've learned from us Filipinos that you would like to instill as a Miss Earth delegate?
Thank you for your question. It's my second time to Asia, and I travel too much, but I never see people, kindness people. If we'll be honestly, I'm a little bit tired, but I learned here in Filipina too much good things. One of the things, it's not be important if I win, not win, but to stay always, to be myself, and to be kindness for another people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Earth Bulgaria. As a child psychologist and with your advocacy for supporting the children, I have a 7-year-old daughter, 4-year-old son, 1-year-old daughter. What tips can you give me to motivate them for more sustainable action?
Thank you for your question. I work with kids from 16 years old. I become to volunteer, and I see too much story from kids, bad situation, and everyone from kids, like when I've been a child also, they dream about something big, to be famous, they look social media. So my advice to just be like you, father, to be more open for your child, to care, and maybe give good advice. Maybe they can try everything in this life in good way, in good way, and just support them, because not all child have family, mother and father. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Bulgaria. And now we welcome Miss Cameroon.
Magandang Ara, Philippines. I'm Tineranda from the diverse nation of Africa, Cameroon. I'm a thoughtful business owner, a responsible accountant, also in charge of corporate social responsibility for the organization I work with. I'm a visionary who advocates for proper waste management. I believe by leading cleanup efforts and sensitization campaigns, together we can develop a future free from pollution. Thank you.
Magandang araw, Miss Cameroon. My name is Francesca Andre Medel from ABM 121P, and my question is, as of the moment, being a candidate of Miss Earth 2024, besides of showcasing your advocacy, which do you think is a better strategy to encourage people to be more environmentally conscious?
Thank you so much for that question. I believe for us to help people to be more environmental, elaborate, we have to use the sensitization method. I believe sensitization, communication is very important to showcase the importance of environmental protection. I come from a town where pollution is on an increase, but because I'm able to visit a couple of schools like this one and talk to students, then I can showcase the importance of environmental protection. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Cameroon.
Hello.
What is your most memorable experience so far here in Miss Earth?
Oh, there's so many experiences I love about being a Miss Earth candidate and being in the Philippines. But to be honest, I really love the part where we showcase our advocacies as Miss Earth candidates. We were able to plant trees and even go for cleanup campaigns. These are activities I would love to incorporate back in my country as Miss Earth Cameroon. So I'm grateful for the Miss Earth organization for giving us the opportunity to go around planting trees, doing cleanup campaigns, because I believe these are our roots as Miss Earth candidates, and we hold on tied to our advocacy. And this is something I would like to go back home with to be able to carry out. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your experience with us, Miss Cameroon. And now let's say bonjour to Miss France.
Mabuhay everyone, distinguished judges, dear students. I am Margot Bourget, proudly representing the wonderful country of France. I am 21 years old, and as you, I am a student, but I also work in a company that recycles electronic waste. My advocacy focuses on educate young people about the importance of recycling, not just in the way we separate our household waste, but how we approach every aspect of our lives, by rethinking how we consume to finding alternative ways to reuse. I believe that new generation are the leaders of tomorrow, and by instilling these values in them, in you, we are going to create a ripple effect that will lead to lasting environmental change. Thank you.
Bonjour and mabuhay, Miss
Bonjour.
France. I am Annalise P. Incherto from STEM 121P. Access to higher education and education about the environment is often seen as a pathway to success, but the cost has become prohibitive for many. Do you think the education is a right that should be made accessible to all, or is it reasonable for it to be a privilege for those who can't afford it?
Thank you so much for your interesting question that I really like. I have to say that education must be for everybody. We all have the capacity to learn, so that's why I think that we have to go to school to be able to access to the academic school. But I know that some countries are poor, and that's why I have to say that education, we don't need furniture to do education. We don't need any furniture to learn. We just need a voice. Like I have a voice, and I wish I could extend my experiences, extend my knowledge to other countries that doesn't have, for example, school, because we can learn in every experiences of our lives. You are not going to learn just in the way that you are going to school. You can learn just in your life, in your daily life. You will learn a lot. So I think everybody is able to learn.
Thank you.
Bonjour, Margot.
Bonjour.
From a student to more students, how will you encourage the students here to pay more attention to how they manage their wastes? Talk to them directly.
Thank you for your question. I want you to understand how it is important to create a change. Because now we are running out of time. We don't have time to wait and maybe we will do something tomorrow. No, it's now that we have to change. It's now that we have to rethinking how we consume. Because the true recycling starts in the mindset of each individual. And I think that people don't know how we just recycle. Because maybe you don't know that we can recycle our hair. Maybe, because I learned it since maybe 3 years that you can just recycle your hair, create booms, and it will permit to clean up our oceans. We need to clean up our oceans because by 2050 we will have more plastic waste in the ocean than fish. Sorry. So it's now that we have to change. It's now that we have to take actions. And I am committed to raise awareness to you, all of you, and taking actions, and of course, to promote you to join this global movement. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inspiring our students, Miss France. Now we'd like to welcome Miss Fiji.
Nisambula Vinaka and Mabuhay, Philippines. My name is Ashlina Alvina Prasad. I'm 18 years old, representing one of the most beautiful and friendly island nation, Fiji. Many of you may not be aware where Fiji is, but Fiji is located in the South Pacific. I'm just 18. I'm pursuing a degree in entrepreneurship at the moment. I'm one of the translator in my church, Word of Life Christian Center. I'm a public speaker, and at the same time, I am the youngest leading youth in fighting against climate change and coming up with advocacies. Also working with women empowerment in Fiji, trying to uplift the morals and values of our youth and our people around. And having my advocacy focused on soil regeneration and environmental sustainability, coming from Fiji, an island nation which is vulnerable to climatic issue. My advocacy focuses on soil regeneration because soil is the lifeblood for people in Fiji, and I'm heading towards having my own foundation very soon where I will be focusing on our youth, our women's, poverty alleviation, and at the same time fighting against climatic issues and working on sustainability. Thank you. Vinaka Vakalevu.
Good afternoon, Miss Fiji. I am Sofia Tita Herrero from Humes 12 3P. My question is, what environmental change would you like to see, and how would that change improve people's quality of life, especially for those in unreserved areas?
Thank you so much for the question. Firstly, someone who believes in change, someone who believes in environmental advocacy. I, as an environmentalist, I believe making a difference is one of the most essential parts right now. And how will I do that? My advocacy focuses on soil regeneration and environmental sustainability. Therefore, educating my youth, teaching them the significance of education, and also telling them how important it is for people to embrace the uniqueness of God. Because what happened now, people are not realizing the significance of what God has given to us. We are not embracing missing what God has given, but indeed we are taking things for granted. And I'm here to advocate that it is very important to appreciate what God has given, and at the same time, people in rural areas or areas that do not have services and facilities available, the developed countries can come up with policies, implement policies to provide funding to underdeveloped nations or third world countries. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Fiji.
Good afternoon, Miss Fiji. Good afternoon, I'm here.
Good afternoon, sir.
How would you encourage the elderly on their retirement age
Thank you so much.
to plant more trees?
Thank you so much for the question, sir. Our elderlies can play a vital role to plant more trees, because reforestation is something not just the job of our elderlies, but everyone indeed. Our elderlies can actively work together after retirement towards planting trees, because they have time, they have resources available with them, and they can help in preservation, conservation, and sustainability methods, because our elderly have more knowledge, they have resources available with them, and with that resources, they can create a greater difference onto our environment, which will lead to greater impact for our future generation and our Mother Earth. Thank you, sir.
Wonderfully said, Miss Fiji.
Thank you
now,
so much.
please help me welcome Miss Ghana.
Maganda Gavi Senyo Lahat. Hi everyone, my name is Winifred Esisam, proudly representing the land of gold and diverse culture, Ghana. Thank you all so much for being here, and thank you to Miss Earth for giving me this great opportunity to represent my beautiful country. My advocacy came in by experience. I grew up along the shore where I witnessed people polluting our environment and also polluting our seas as well, or water bodies as well. So there was this woman who came to my hometown from the city. What she did was to organize kits to go to the shores and gather plastic rubbers, and whereby she transformed those plastic rubbers into raincoats and also plastic bags as well. So she really made an impact in my life, and this is how come my advocacy was inspired by. So I made this beautiful art piece, which was made from plastic bottle tops and also plastic straws as well. I believe that trash can be made into treasure when we think creatively and also innovatively. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Ghana. I am Lian Faye Gipelias. I am from Humes 121P. Here is my question for you. Since technology has been rapidly growing and evolving, how do you think the innovation in technology helps tackle environmental issues like air pollution, waste management, or water scarcity? Can you provide an example of a technological breakthrough that excites you?
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, beautiful question. So I would always answer my question by an experience. I grew up when I saw elderly women always picking up plastic bottle tops and also plastic rubbers in order to give to a recycle company for recycling. And I believe that although they gain income as well, but I believe that it is very hard working. It is very hard for elderly women as well. So we can make, by technology, we can make a product, or a machine that can help them, gather the refuse as well. So maybe a van or a machine where it can just, automatically gather the plastic bottles or plastics waste as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ghana.
Yeah, hi, Miss Earth Ghana. I had the
Hello.
pleasure of being part of the Trash in Bin campaign in Ghana by Miss Earth Ghana, happening in 2017. When you come back to Ghana, what are the things you will bring home in terms of environmental inspiration from your time here in the Philippines at Miss Earth?
Thank you so much for the question. Coming to the Philippines, it's an opportunity. I've really learned a lot. I'm going to Ghana with an idea that I've been able to gather from Filipinos, the idea about how it is important for us to conserve our environment. Back in Ghana, I don't think that our government or the people around see the importance of conserving our environment. So I will do so well by leading by example to show people the importance of conserving our environment. For an example, what I've made, I will be able to show people that it is very important. The little effort that we put in really matters. So thank you so much.
Wow, thank you for sharing it with us, Miss Ghana. And now we'd like to welcome Miss Indonesia.
Mabuhay Philippines! My name is Jennifer Calista, representing Indonesia. I have a bachelor's degree in food science and technology and also a minor in nutrition science. So as you all know here, I'm a big foodie at heart. And my passion for coffee led me to pursue a certification in Specialty Coffee Association in barista, roasting, brewer, and so also a sensory expert. I'm excited for the questions. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Indonesia. My name is Althea Tabernero from STEM 1240. Climate change is becoming a leading cause of displacement, with millions of people and even animals forced to migrate due to rising sea levels or extreme weather. So my question for you is, how should the international community address the human and animal rights of climate refugees?
Thank you for the question. Wow, that's an amazing question. In terms of internationally, I believe that it should start from the very small steps. We shouldn't think of climate action as to be something that has to be done in extremities. Big steps are often made out of smaller steps, and those are the things you need firsthand to make an action. I would start by, as Miss Earth Indonesia, I have started sharing my platform, which is the Miss Earth, to promote a lot of different quotes or different statistical analysis that actually contribute to persuade the people, to which they would then understand the action and the consequences of their actions. For example, last week I saw about how the climate change and icebergs are melting and a lot of walruses are devastated. And I remember it till this day because I believe that people forget what you say, but they will never forget how you make them feel. So if you say something from the heart, you share something from the heart, it will make a big impact all throughout. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Indonesia.
Hi, Miss Indonesia.
Hi, Miss Karen.
You mentioned about your background, but now can you tell us more about your advocacy for Miss Earth?
I am a very passionate barista. I love coffee. I love drinking coffee. I love tasting everything about coffee. And my advocacy lies on the sustainability of coffee from farm to cup. I have gotten the privilege of being a Specialty Coffee Association member. That allows me a direct impact on the farm to cup sustainability measures. So for example, I get to visit farms from farmers and actually give them inputs on what to improve. So one of the most practical sustainability method was a shovel. Something as simple as a shovel. You change the degree of a shovel, it actually improves the coffee production by 60%. Small actions actually make a big impact. And also, I'm a cafe owner. I love drinking coffee, so I want to share the love of coffee to the rest of the world, to which I have my own very own cafe, made from local coffee, promoting local coffee. So it's a sustainability advocacy from farm to cup. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing with us a little bit more about yourself, Miss Indonesia. And now we have Miss Liberia.
Hello everyone, Mabuhay, Philippines. My name is Mary Cameron. I'm 20 years old and proudly representing the first republic in Africa, Liberia. I'm currently the brand ambassador of the Environmental Protection Agency in my country, Liberia. And I'm passionate about environmental awareness. In promoting sustainability on critical issues facing our planet. And I'm ready for your question. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Liberia. My name is Gwen Madrinian from STEM 12-4P. Large corporations often prioritize profits over environmental concerns. So my question for you is, how can consumers and governments push corporations to adopt more environmentally responsible practices without undermining economic growth?
Thank you for that question. So I believe that government can, sorry, did you say government?
Yes.
In economic what?
Economic growth.
Okay. Government can help promote economic growth by promoting reforestation. From where I'm from in Liberia, there is a lot of deforestation. The cutting down of trees is at the point of raising alarm because it is causing it is causing erosion, which is not good for our planet. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Miss Liberia. Please help define sustainability for all of us here. Sustainability is doing blank, blank, blank at home and in school. Please give us examples.
Sustainability, I would define sustainability as promoting issues that are facing Mother Earth. And sustainability is also raising awareness and I'll say sustainability is about raising awareness about physical issue and how we can promote it as people living on Mother Earth. Yes.
Thank you, Miss Liberia. Next, we have Miss Mauritius.
Hello everyone, I'm Shreya Bokari and I'm representing Mauritius. Thank you. Working for the tea industry, I've witnessed the importance of sustainable practices. I view the environment as an overflowing bathtub. But instead of closing the tap, we're just rushing to clean up the mess and clean up the water. This is why I chose responsible consumption and production as my advocacy. I believe that through this, we can create a future where industries are sustainable, where schools promote environmental consciousness, and households are models of eco-friendly living. So together, every day, we need to wake up and declare that we love the earth. Thank you.
Maligayang bati and good afternoon, Miss Mauritius.
Good afternoon.
My name is Blair Reyes from Humes 12-3P. My question is, do you consider the current generation as more educated about the different environmental issues, or are they more ignorant due to their lack of experience in life and digital imprisonment?
That's a great question, and a question that honestly is very vast, but with the amount of knowledge that is available just at the tip of our fingers with our phone, I do believe that we have the power of knowledge as the younger generation. As a Gen Z myself, anything that I do want to look up, it's at the tip of my fingers. And now with the use of AI, this has developed even further. However, there is still room for improvement. I believe that policymakers and also even parents at home do educate their children, and even the schools, they do educate their children, but I don't think it's enough. I think there should be activities and proper, proper activities, let's call it that, activities done to educate children, not just talking about it or learning about it in class, or even social media learning, or even Googling things. I think activities should be done. So my idea for my own country was to create environmental ambassadors in every village, in every town, in every school even, to promote these actions. So, for example, tree plantings every weekend. For example, efforts to clean up beaches, and so on. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Hello, Miss Mauritius. Good afternoon. I'm here at the center.
Hello. Hi.
If you get a chance to talk to one of the high-ranking government officials in your country, what would you tell him about how to preserve the environment?
So this is also a very interesting question. At the moment, there are elections going on in Mauritius, so it is a very on-point question. I think that the government officials are doing a lot. We have had experiences in the past. For example, in 2020, we had a really bad oil spill called the Wakashu oil spill, and we have learned from that, and we have seen how the Mauritian population comes together to fight such issues. So the government knows that the public is there for them, and I think that they should put that more into practice. So what I would tell him is that the Mauritian people, we are willing to work for a better environment. We are here. We are here to actually take action. We don't want to be onlookers. We don't want our beaches to be polluted. We don't want our children to grow up without experiencing the beautiful country we've experienced. So what I would like to tell him in regards to policies is not just passing policies. Like I said, I would love to be able to create ambassadors in every village, town, cities around Mauritius. Thank you. Can I continue? Okay, so I would love to create ambassadors in every town, village, and cities in Mauritius, which is what I would tell him to reinforce his own policies. So we need a middleman between the policymakers and between the people. Thank you.
Thank you for your wonderful message, Miss Mauritius. And now we'd like to welcome Miss Namibia.
Mabuhay, Philippines. My name is Albertina Heimbala, representing the land of the brave, Namibia. I am a part-time model and a full-time marketing student from the University of Science and Technology in Namibia. My advocacy is my foundation that has been in existence since 2022, which focuses on the empowerment of kids living with disabilities and those from advantaged backgrounds. And the reason being is that I am a sister to two girls that were born with disabilities, and seeing them wanting to be people that wants to change the world, I think it is our responsibility to include them in every discussion, every decision, and every education, which includes environmental education in every aspect of life. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. Mabuhay, Miss Namibia. I am J. Merchi Celestial from the ABM 121P. So this question was asked to the Miss Universe 2018 Catriona Gray. The question is, what is the most important lesson you learned in your life, and how would you apply it to your time as Miss Earth 2024?
Thank you so much for the question. That's a very interesting question, which is also kind of close to my heart, because I'm a very emotional person and I attach my feelings and my heart to everything. And one thing that I've learned in life is that treat others as you would want them to treat you. And this does not only apply to people, but it also applies to our environment. since becoming Miss Earth Namibia, I have been very conscious about what I do to my environment, because if tables were turned, I would not want that to happen to me. And I believe that as human beings, we should take action now and treat the environment the way we would want to be treated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Earth Namibia.
Hi.
I'm wondering, is climate change an issue for young people in Namibia? And if it's not of high importance, how could we potentially change that perception?
Yes, thank you so much for the question. I believe that climate change is not biased. It does not discriminate, and it affects everyone, including young people and older people. And yes, it does affect all of us. Right now in Namibia, we are going through a tremendous drought, and I believe that each and everyone in Namibia from each corner is highly affected. And as the youth, I would implore every Namibian youth to take action now. It is our time, and we are the leaders of tomorrow. And if we don't take action right now to make a change, we are already seeing what's happening in the world. And I also believe in the fact that the youth is quite ignorant, because I think that just because some of the actions or the consequences of climate change does not happen to all of us means that it's not going to happen. I always live by a saying that says that just because it's not happening to you does not mean it will not happen at all. Because some countries in the world are experiencing climate circumstances more than others. And I implore not only Namibian youth, but every youth, including the ones seated in this auditorium today, to take action. Because the question is not what are we going to do, but when are we going to do that? Thank you.
Thank you for your call to action, Miss Namibia. And now we'd like to welcome Miss Nepal.
Good afternoon and mabuhay to everyone present here. I'm Sumana Casey. I am your Miss Earth Nepal. And I work as a dentist back home, having recently completed my bachelor's in dental surgery. And my advocacy lies in promoting sustainable tourism in my hometown of Chitwan. Chitwan is home to UNESCO World Heritage Site, Chitwan National Park, where wildlife thrives and tourism also thrives. And through my advocacy, I want to ensure that the future generation also gets to enjoy Chitwan in its best form by promoting ecotourism and sustainable life practices of the locals, and also preserving the wildlife there. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Miss Nepal. My name is Benji Estaborada from ABM 121P. It's been an honor to have this opportunity to ask you about current pressing issues in our environment. So in regard to this, in paving a path to reduce or even halt air pollution and damaging the Earth's ozone layer, everyone should unite and have an agreement to be responsible in taking actions in fighting back global warming, yes? So my question is, how would you convince business corporations that actively uses fossil fuel in industries to resort to more environment-friendly energy such as solar power or the more recent alternative, atomic/nuclear energy?
Thank you for your question. It's a very relevant and timely question that you've asked. As a medical professional myself, I've seen the first-hand effects of air pollution on patients coming to hospitals with difficult respiratory diseases. And I would like to say to corporations and businesses that emit greenhouse gases and contribute to air pollution that what we are building now is our screening for the future. What we do now, our actions, is actually a call for the future. And if we do not take action now, it is not only going to affect the people around us, but collectively will affect the people all around the globe, because our action determines the future of the generations to come. And if we do not take actions right now, positive impacts and positive steps right now, it is going to hamper the future. And I don't think we will be able to see the world as we are seeing now in upcoming years.
Thank you for your wonderful answer, Ms. Nepal.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Miss Nepal.
Hi.
In the middle. There you go. Here, yeah,
Hi.
there you go.
Hi.
In simple terms, can you explain to us what sustainable tourism is?
Thank you so much. So my advocacy revolves around the concept of sustainable tourism in my hometown of Chitwan. So Chitwan is a heavily touristic destination which draws thousands of tourists every year. So the term sustainable tourism is what it implies is that we promote the touristic activities by maintaining the eco-cultural and eco-friendly practices of the locals, but also at the same time ensuring the conservation of wildlife there. Chitwan heavily thrives on the wildlife, and the tourism is dependent on the wildlife, with having multiple elephants and tigers and alligators in the town. And the sustainable term comes in alignment with the concept that if we do not conserve the resources, the natural resources, wildlife resources that we have now, we may not be able to see and enjoy the touristic destination that we are enjoying today. So the term sustainable tourism ensures that we promote practices that further preserve the resources that are now, so that the future generations will be able to enjoy the touristic destinations that we are enjoying today. Thank you.
Very beautifully said, Miss Nepal.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And now we have Miss Netherlands.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Velen Patilemonia. I am 21 years old and currently studying a bachelor in communication. I am passionate advocating against plastic pollution and how this affects marine life. I've been an ambassador for a rescue seal center for several years now, and I've witnessed seals suffering, but also dying because of our careless waste. So we should all take action now to create cleaner water. Thank you.
Magandang hapon and hello, Miss Netherlands. Once again, I am Nina Bianca Dizendolalia, a grade 12 student from STEM 12 2P. What environmental practices or traditions from your wonderful country, Netherlands, that you would like to implement to our ever-changing world as a Miss Earth delegate?
Thank you for your question. So the heritage of the Netherlands is known by tulip fields, water management, but also of the historical windmills, who symbolizes sustainable living, but also gives us natural energy. So this success that we have in the Netherlands, we can share with all the other countries, and this is how we can also share a sustainable living and generate more natural energy. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Netherlands.
Hello, Miss Netherlands. How old are you again?
I am 21 years old.
You're 21 years old. What lesson can you teach older people to help them take the environment in a better way? From a 21-year-old to older people.
So my advice will always be that your negative thoughts are your biggest enemy. And I think that we all can make a difference. We are all have the ability to make a difference, whatever is your age. So we should all champion our recycling efforts. We should all reduce our plastic consumption to create a safer and healthier Mother Earth. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Netherlands.
Thank you so much.
Now we'd like to welcome Miss Northern Marianas.
Mabuhay, University of the East. Are we still alive? My name is Heavenly Pangilinan, and I am proudly representing the Northern Marianas. I am an 18-year-old teacher aide in special education in the public school system in the Northern Marianas, and I am also still a full-time student working towards my bachelor's degree in business administration with a focus in management. I graduated high school when I was 16, and I went straight into college, and then as soon as I turned 18, I joined the special education department to work. I've always been a really big advocate in special education because I grew up with a brother with Down syndrome, autism, and he's also deaf. So this has given me the privilege to know what it's like to take care of and also be raised around somebody with special needs, and has also given me the privilege to know how to sign language as a way of communication. So in the Northern Marianas, where I come from, it is made up of 15 islands, and it is the deepest trench in the world. Our islands are made up of so many beautiful beaches and cliffs and mountains, and our culture relies on its natural resources, and we incorporate our natural resources and depend on them in our everyday lives within like fishing, farming, weaving. We're really dependent on our natural resources, and that is why my advocacy is to teach our younger generation, specifically in education, academic lessons of environmental awareness and issues, because I want our younger generation and upcoming generations to experience our culture and preserve our land and its beauty the way we have always done. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Ashley Tuquero from SEL 12 2P, and here's my question for you. Do you think the youth of the day are doing enough to address the environmental challenges we are currently facing? If not, what more can be done?
The youth of the
youth of today.
Oh, the youth of today. I think with Gen Z and our power with technology, we could be doing so much more. We have the power to educate and spread awareness to everyone from all over the world right in our hands. And every day, if we wake up and try our best to post things and send posts and help people know and educate each other, I think we could be doing so much more with it, and that is what we could be doing.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
As you mentioned, you're in the field of special education,
Yes,
and
I
you
am.
have a brother who has Down syndrome,
Yes,
right?
I do.
How would you be able to explain to children with disabilities the need to preserve our environment?
Well, for some children with special education, or special needs, we can't explain because some are nonverbal. And so we would have to incorporate ways for them to understand, for example, in pictures or in experiences, for them to realize natural beauty and how we can use it. And we can do this by incorporating maybe lessons with them, learning in nature, at beaches, or with nature, planting trees. And once they experience and feel it, that is a way that we can teach them, because they're understanding and experiencing the natural resources that they have in front of them, and will maybe spark a light for them to want to do more for this and continue to have it in front of them as a resource. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Northern Marianas. And now I'd like you to help me welcome Miss Philippines.
Wow, alive na alive. Maayong adlaw, Pilipinas! This is Ira Mel Inutan Alfeche, your very own Miss Philippines Earth. I am an advocate of Eat Green, Live Green program that focuses more on home gardening, because this is sustainable and attainable for everyone. I want to educate each one of you to eat what you grow and grow what you eat. And just for the information of everyone, this is my first time in international pageant, but I joined Miss Philippines Earth twice. The first time I joined, I failed. Maybe that's not my time. And I come back stronger with a bachelor's degree in special needs education. I am also actively participating in different environmental and relatable activities. I am now a sergeant in Philippine military. I am also the only daughter of a single mom who faces a lot of obstacles and challenges in life. But it never hinders me to achieve my goals in life. That's why I am your Miss Philippines Earth 2024, and now I am in front of all of you.
Magandang hapon po, Miss Philippines. Acknowledging the recent calamities happening all over the world, and especially in our country, my question to you is, how do you think beauty pageants help in promote environmental consciousness to the students in front of you so that they may be inspired by you?
Thank you so much for that wonderful question. Well, all the calamities or catastrophes that are happening in our countries or different places, especially in the Philippines right now, is an eye-opener for us to give importance to our Mother Earth. And the best example or the beauty pageant that I can best give to you is the Miss Philippines Earth. Because the Miss Philippines Earth is the most relatable pageant right now. They are the most relevant because they are giving us how to promote and conserve our Mother Earth by simply planting trees, giving us more oxygen to our Mother Earth, and always remember the 3 R's. And now it is 5 R's. The reduce, reuse, recycle, rethink, and respect. In that way, we can at least mitigate the global warming or climate change that we are experiencing right now. So thank you.
Thank you for your answer.
Hi, Miss Philippines Earth. Nice to meet you here. And I like your idea of the home gardens. I mean, how can we start that even in an urban environment? Can you give us some practical tips?
Well, thank you so much for me to expound more about my advocacy. Well, actually, this home gardening is very relatable to us. I started it in a rural area wherein I lived in, wherein we Filipinos, our heritage is we learn how to plant. Now we are living in an urban area. So it's easier for us, it's easier for me to educate a lot of people that at least to have a mini garden at different varieties of plants. Because when pandemic came, a lot of us learned, and even our mothers became plantitas. We can actually plant more plants or even veggies and then sell it to others, at least to lessen the poverty that we are experiencing because we can gain money, and of course to lessen the hunger, because as easier as malunggay, we can create a soup, and as easier as that. And in urban gardening, you can just create a lettuce in a water, you can plant of it. Everything has a reason if you are dedicated and passionate on what you are doing. Always find a meaning on your passion so that you can create on what you love, especially on my advocacy, which is home gardening. That's why I am here in front of you, because I am an educator and willing to educate to you what is the importance of home gardening.
Wow, one more time for your Miss Earth Philippines. And next, we'd like to welcome Miss Slovenia.
Hello everyone. I am Zoya Ulaga from Slovenia. I am a 21 years old economy and business student. Slovenia, well, did you know that Slovenia is one of the greenest countries in the world? It has 60% coverage by forests. And our government is really doing a lot to protect those forests. And apart from that, my advocacy is sustainable fashion. My mom inspired me for that because she also made this beautiful suit. And she made me realize how important it is to reuse and recycle your own clothes, since fast fashion has become a really serious problem in our world. I want to teach people how to reuse and recycle their own clothes, because fashion is something we cherish, not something we throw away. And there is big landfills full of clothes. So I would like to raise awareness to sustainable fashion. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Slovenia. How are you right now?
I am okay.
Okay, this is my question. How would you balance modern pageantry with honoring traditional values and heritage?
Can you please repeat the question?
How would you balance modern pageantry with honoring traditional values and heritage?
With honoring traditional values and here is an example, my advocacy, sustainable fashion. So if pageantry is usually connected to fashion, and instead of buying all the affordable clothes, because everything is so affordable now, we can see if there is something that we can reuse, if our grandmothers have something really beautiful that we can recycle and use in the pageant world as well. And we can also use pageantry to raise awareness to all of the other climate change problems and our global warming, because we are here beauties for our cause. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Slovenia.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Slovenia.
Hello.
Can you tell us something so interesting about your country that we would love to hear about today?
Okay, with pleasure. I am really in love with Slovenia because we are the greenest country and it looks like a fairy tale, and our heritage is so connected to nature, even our language, even our fashion, and our traditional breakfast is actually honey, because one of our natural heritage is also beekeeping, bees. So we have a colnivorous bee. This is a really special bee in Slovenia. We protect it with all cost. And because we protect our forests that much, we also avoid pesticides and other to promote ecotourism or sustainable practices. Also with because of our bees, we also protect our forests, so we can have a high quality honey and keep that tradition alive. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Slovenia. Please help me welcome Miss USA.
Magandang hapon sa iyong lahat. Ako si Bea Milian Wendorski, proudly representing the USA. Thank you. I'm an honors graduate from University of Wisconsin, and I have aspirations to one day work for the UN High Commissioner for Refugees. During my time as a volunteer tutor for immigrant and refugee students, I realized that an increasing share of these students weren't just fleeing armed conflict or political violence, they were actually also fleeing rising sea levels, intensified natural disasters, and prolonged droughts, which is why I advocate for a clean energy transition and the expansion of legal protections for climate-displaced people.
Good afternoon, Miss USA. I am Daniela Mishpidlawan from STL12 2P, and my question for you is, how do you plan to build upon the legacy established by the reigning Miss Earth to further make an impact for our Mother Earth?
Thank you, Paul, for that incredible question. I'm so proud to be a part of this legacy because Miss Earth is actually the only international pageant to be recognized by the United Nations. And I would build upon this legacy by not just creating opportunities for myself, by creating partnerships with nonprofits, NGOs, and international organizations like I have already done in the US, but I would also create opportunities for future Miss Earths. And regardless of if I clinch the crown or not, my commitment to environmentalism extends far past this pageant. It isn't just a trend, it's a lifestyle.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Bea. Let's get to know you more on a personal level. What negative self-talk do you deal with every day, and what do you tell yourself to negate that?
I am the proud daughter of a Filipina immigrant, but she kind of likes to call herself, my mom, Tony Mian. She's an amazing influence, but she likes to call herself Diet Tiger Mom. Like, she's not a full-blown tiger mom, but because of that, I've really raised myself to be a perfectionist, to be critical of my shortcomings, and I encourage people to embrace empathy, to be empathetic to other people who are in different situations. So I really need to teach myself and the world to be empathetic to yourself.
Thank you for your beautiful message, Miss USA. And now we have our last but absolutely not least of our beautiful Miss Earth 2024 delegates, Miss Wales.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Grace Gavigan, and I am representing Wales. I'm an 18-year-old law student and aspiring environmental barrister. I have had a fascination for our natural world from a young age, and having volunteered for a wildlife charity in the UK for over 10 years now, I have been fortunate to experience some of Wales's greatest wildlife phenomenons. I am also the proud founder of the Pollinator Pathways Community Project, which has sown over 50,000 seeds of change in Wales. And most importantly, this initiative was founded to protect the most important species on Earth, the bee.
Good day, Miss Wales. I am Athena Figueras from SCSU 127P. And my question for you is, multiple forests are being replaced with infrastructures and buildings. Using your advocacy and voice, how can you prevent the risk of increased pollution and natural resources threat which were caused by deforestation?
Thank you so much for your question. As we know, with a growing population, this is going to be an ongoing issue for our planet. But I believe that as a government and as a population, we need to reevaluate our use of land. Agriculture is primarily the cause of deforestation in order to make room for our animals and food chains. But I believe that through the remanagement and reconsideration of these vast spaces, that we can make a difference in repurposing them for wildlife. I have begun doing this in Wales through my Pollinator Pathways Community Project by re-establishing mini wildflower meadows using barren spaces, which re-establishes habitats for our pollinators and other key species as well. Thank you for your question.
Thank you for that answer.
Good afternoon, Miss Wales.
Good afternoon.
We have here a lot of students. Can you leave them an environmental slogan so that they would remember the advocacies of Miss Earth in conserving our nature?
Thank you so much for your question. As a young woman and a climate advocate, and like you, a student, I believe it's important to recognize the power of the smallest individual action in making the biggest difference. 1 in 4 people need to act in order to halt the current effects of climate change, and this will be detrimental with regards to our future. So here, as I stand before you on the Miss Earth stage today, I believe it's important that we empower ourselves and take advantage of the tools and resources we have. Thank you so much.
Beautifully said, Miss Wales. Thank you so much. Wow, 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 guys! What a pleasant day it has been, hasn't it? Wow. Let's give another round of applause for the beautiful delegates. Thank you so much to these ladies for spreading their amazing advocacy for us today. I can't wait to see them on Grand Coronation Night. Well, of course, hello everybody. My name is Cora Bleo, your Miss Earth Fire 2023. And on behalf of Carousel Production, we would like to thank the panel of judges for sharing with us your valuable time here with us. Your participation here today is truly amazing in helping us narrowing down the next Miss Earth Queens. And of course, we cannot forget to give a big shout out to you guys, the student of the University of the East. Let's go! Woo! You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for being here today. Your participation means so much to the delegates, and we also hope you learned something new here today from our beautiful ladies. And of course, as you guys may notice already on the stage, is the beautiful Miss Earth throne. We would like to give a big thanks to Noel Tanyada from Eco Homes Art for this beautiful Miss Earth throne. The Miss Earth throne now has a new look. A throne made out of water hanyas, it contains agriculture and plastic waste to help raise awareness on climate change and promote upcycling. Wow, look at that, guys. Give it a round of applause. Amazing. Okay, guys, I know it's been a long day, but it's time for us to say goodbye. But before I do that, I would like you guys to please like and follow the Miss Earth pages to help raise awareness about our planet's current situations. And of course, don't forget to catch on November 9th, the Miss Earth Coronation Night. and see if your favorites get a chance to win the Miss Earth throne. Until then, keep protecting our planet and help spread awareness about the Miss Earth advocacy. Thank you so much to everyone here today. Maraming salamat po, guys. Bye!